Hello and welcome back to the Dev Plays Crucible of Avarice. I've got the last crew back at it again with Anarche, Aldous, Felix, and the undead Fletcher.
Back at it again with the white vans.
So, in our last session, we found out that Fletcher was not fully dead, or at least he was, but was then reanimated by Fergus in an attempt to help him achieve his goal to collect none other than the corpse of the first ever supervillain, Lord. After finding out a large amount of rumours about how powerful he was, the team realised that they could not do this. However, according to Fletcher, if they are to directly impede on these plans, Fletcher will be turned against them as part of the contract he has with Fergus. However, it seems as though there are certain requirements that have been left untouched, meaning that there is a great amount of confusion as to exactly what is or isn't allowed under this contract. The team have now gone to the city of Matrata to find out exactly if they could maybe find a strange, mysterious individual with the power to revive anyone, regardless of the requirements needed beforehand. They are standing outside of Matrata, and they have been informed that Husconians are not allowed there. Therefore, Pinky has to stay in a room inside of Anarche's pocket dimension. They are standing outside of Matrata, and now are about to be faced with a challenge. Anarche, claimed to be the leader of the group in front of everyone, was then challenged by an angel, or a quote-unquote angel by the name of Dariel, who has blackened wings and long black hair. He stands before them and awaits for what Anarche needs to do or prepare before their fight. We now come back.
Can I roll perception to see if I can see that Anarche is hurt or injured?
You can do so.
Okay. See if he needs my healing hand.
See if Anarche's heard the good word of Animite today, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he's never hurt. He's never not heard enough of that.
What was the damage that you most recently took, Anarche? Wasn't it you got hit by like radiation and stuff like that? Wasn't it?
Was I? Was that my most recent? Technically.
I believe
I was
so.
also,
Yeah.
It was punched with a mixture of radiation in it.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just have a look at your health and see how bad it may or may not look. So
I believe I have 90. I believe I'm 90 damage.
And then, so when do you see like you're just glowing green now because of all the radiation you've absorbed?
That's not how that works.
I know. They spent too much time in the microwave.
Yeah.
The best way I can explain this is 97 damage in Arcade. The best way that I can explain this is that like his with a 23 on perception, you can tell that his breathing is a little deeper. Perhaps it's because that like it's almost like as if he's feeling a little feverish. Like his body temperature might be a little higher. You can tell that there's a little bit of bruising around sort of his face and neck area. Perhaps from getting bludgeoned a couple of times. But it doesn't seem to be affecting him that much. Although I say that, it's like, what, 93 is just under half of your maximum health.
Nah, it's fine.
Actually, no, it's 30. It's 30 away from your maximum health. So 30 away from half of your maximum health.
Well, I will go over. I mean, Aldous will go over and say, "Would you like me to heal you in the name of Animite?"
You can just heal me. Not in the name of Animite.
I mean, I am using Animite to do so. So.
Alright, just heal me, bro. Like, I'm about to get into a
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
This is not a complicated transaction, my man. Do you want to heal me? Yes or no? Okay, no, I'd rather be a judgmental dork.
Okay, wait, thingy, using the skill. Never mind, it doesn't function anyway.
Well, I didn't.
it
need
does function, but I don't give you enough.
I mean, well, you can still heal him.
Yeah, you get a whole D10
Wow.
Ooh.
plus
Jeez.
1d8 plus
Ooh.
15.
Ooh. Damn, that's actually really not bad.
Nice.
That is
Yeah.
If I got a 20, it could have been 1.5 or 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, but no.
Okay, so with that, so you have 97 at the moment, so take that one, 96. So that'd be 66. You're on 66
Good.
damage. You feel a little better. Bruising still hurts. You feel a little
You need more.
sickly within your insides, but relatively you still feel fine enough. I'm going to ask you to roll me a willpower with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Don't catch a cold down, RK.
Well, 6 plus 8, so.
Okay, so that basically the question was within your pride, whether or not you feel prideful enough to just go like deny him helping you any further.
Wow.
You sort of feel like, you know, like your pride might actually be hurt further if you don't get healed up to a decent enough to fight this guy, and this guy decks you in, considering that, like, as you said prior to me earlier, you don't really like. Anarche does not really like this guy because he is pretty much every bad thing that he's heard about the Omegans of this place so far. So it's that kind of thing of like, what's more painful to you? Like biting down on your pride right now and trying to fight him, or losing to him. So that's up to you.
Alright, I'll just juice me up some more.
In the name of Animite?
Juice me out.
No, just juice me up! Get on with it.
Be juiced.
Don't
Juice.
don't me,
Name
boy,
of
don't me.
Animite. With advanced regeneration!
Okay.
Gotta say.
That's
'Cause I
a
don't want you to
20.
screw me over this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's a 20.
Yes! 23. Is that... No, it's just 1.5 times.
I mean,
I don't
hey,
know. I have,
1d8.
I have a very stupid question. Do you think this fight's going to take longer than an hour? Like, in-game?
I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure.
I'm wondering if Felix could, like, sit down, get into, like, a meditative pose, and roll for dirt nap.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Like, I don't think that would be a problem.
I could hold back if you want to make sure it turns into an hour.
I don't know if you want that.
I'll just roll D4s, it's fine.
Okay, so that would put you down from there. So that's 16. Okay, so that'd be.
Oh, but now I don't have a Jedi killing number.
And then it's down in the minus 30. 27 points of damage. You'd be at 193 health.
Do you need more? Or are you okay now?
Alright, we might as well go all the way, continue.
I feel like
Okay, advanced regeneration!
check something.
In the name of Alamite!
Sure.
You just shoot him with a beam.
This is like a natural 20.
I think that's your maximum that you can do without a natural 20.
Yes it is, which is 4 times.
Awesome.
No,
But
I could.
48 plus 4d10.
While this is going on, can I just transform into, I don't like this guy. I want to pummel him in. Can I go into my willpower, state?
Your willpower infused mode, yeah. Yeah, you're now max health. By the way, Sam, you have
Yeah,
been
don't get
given,
58.
You have been given 970 XP.
I've already been scanning. I've already been putting that in. So what was the amount I got there? Because I don't get 58,
No, cross it all off, 970, because you healed him for 97 points, because you don't get any for overflow.
Oh, that's what I mean. But how many? Was not the 58 number? I got all the points beforehand. So how much did I heal him by to get to his maximum
Again,
point now?
Cross off the previous ones and just write 970. Trust me, that's exactly how much
No,
you heal.
I mean that. The thing is, I can't remember what the number was. I'm on 1450 now.
27.
27, is that it?
So 270, yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed to know,
It was just so much easier if you did it the other way.
No, it's not!
Yes,
If
it
Felix
is.
is given his chemistry supplies, he could make a sleep pill, which halves the resting time, which would take the hour if I succeed on dirt nap, half an hour.
I mean, that lab is inside of his pocket dimension.
I mean, looks at a knock.
Anyway, Dariel then just goes, if you are quite done with whatever it is that you are doing...
Yeah, sure.
Take a step up and we shall commence.
Alright. I'll walk forward.
You step onto the large golden platform in front of the huge golden sort of fortress. As plates begin to move up and levitate themselves around you. These plates look to be in sort of almost this sort of shape and size of floating like stands that allow people to stand on them and sit, as they've got like stairs leading up to each of them, so people can either stand on these platforms or sit on these platforms. Spectator stands, if you will.
We can sit on them and cheer like we're at a baseball game.
Yeah.
We can write something on our chests, like Animite. Or Anaka.
No,
I will put you away permanently if you do that.
You'll be gone from this dimension and the next.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take your stance in front of him. You have activated your willpower-esque mode. You can also sense that his ability is similar to yours in one way. However, in another, it is actually quite the opposite. You can sense his power from his life force. It is incredibly strong, if not equal to your own. But you have noticed something that is kind of interesting. His aura is kind of, sort of, it's almost void of any kind of energy. As a matter of fact, the power that comes from him almost seems to be sucking the existence of power around him into a void of nothing. It feels sort of similar to when you faced against Dave.
In Anarche's head, he just goes, I hope he wasn't as weak as he was.
That's fair. Would you like to roll move speed?
Sure. I don't have my guns on me, so yeah, I'll roll move speed. Oh, almighty 8.
I don't think I'll be getting any better than you. Don't worry. I think I've got a +3. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Better off.
18. Yeah. Okay. So he takes his hand, places it sort of behind him, as a sort of like black smoke sort of forms around his fist. As he then lunges towards you. I believe that's that. Okay. If that's correct, I don't know. Oh yeah, no, that is correct. Sorry, rolling stats. Different than rolling damage. As he basically lunges towards you and attempts to throw a punch.
Well, I will proceed with the boring answer, which is I will just shoot him with an energy blast.
Fair enough. Shoot him!
Or...
Nope.
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, what a shame, guys.
Oh, the nose.
Oh,
Pecans.
man, should I be rolling nerve right now? It's looking too.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Look, my luck goes at 14. I need to get it up.
There we go. As he hits you, he deals 71 points of damage. However, since your ability is the way that it is, that's -8 from that. Actually, no. His roll was 30. Oh, wait, no. The roll for his
it doesn't matter.
No, his roll for his transformation is not known, so never mind. So take away 8 and then half that. So that is, instead, that is 63, and then half 63, 31. So you take 31 points of damage instead of that.
Ooh, scathing.
Alright, Vegeta from AI, like DBCA. There we go. Yep, so you get hit by this attack. The pressure that hits you, it does feel like as if it's infused with willpower and this weird dark essence. It does hurt quite a bit, but if it weren't for your willpower, this would have done even more damage. You can definitely feel that, but on the bright side, it seems to be that you are relatively defended from this attack.
Oh, well, at least you can hit relatively hard.
And it looks like as though that you can take a hit.
I guess I'll pull out an old classic. So I'll hold my hand up and I'll use the shower of light.
Ooh. Is this the special pinpoint one?
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, so you like generate them. He seems to try and do something, and then it begins showering down on him, like these beams of light just shower down on him. Yeah. Oh, for the next 4 turns. Jeez. Yeah. Roll damage. Ooh. Okay.
Chunky damage.
Chunky indeed. That does that. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. That does the damage. I'm not gonna faff around. Damns, and then it does the dams. It does not break vitality, thankfully. But it is, yeah, it does hit him. As he's getting hit by all of them, he sort of like tried to do something with his hands, but nothing came of it. As he gets hits in his sort of like in his face and in like just all on his front, just these beams of light just hitting him as they're like just basically machine gunning down from this orb. He then begins to attempt something. As what he seems to do is you see like a weird blackness come from his hand, and he just suddenly swipes towards one of the beams of light. As he does so, he then sort of looks at you, and he then just seems to just do something weird. I need you to roll me SP as a contesting roll.
Oh, okay.
You feel all of your orbs of light stop in midair as his hands wave.
Yeah.
Impressive. But not exactly something that I can't handle myself. That is both of his actions. That is the end of his turn.
So, you got another transformation past this, right?
I mean, I wouldn't be a guardian if I didn't.
Okay, good. It'd be a bit boring otherwise. Well, I guess we'll go for the old classic, as I'll coat my fist in energy, and then I will go to punch him.
Okay. Jeez.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
No, but it's the 17 I needed to beat. Okay, so you definitely hit him, and he definitely hits you, because I only got 4 points above you. He turns your energy against you, infused with willpower. You then obviously hit him. What is the dice roll that you normally roll for your energy bolts?
It's 8d6s.
Alright, so 8d6s. And then that's obviously infused with willpower.
Yeah.
So that's 4. Is that 8d6s plus 4d6s then?
Yeah.
Okay. And then plus his stuff.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah, that would be correct.
Plus...
Nice.
Nice.
So, by the way, that damage that you do, all the damage. He definitely takes all that damage. The damage that I just dealt to you, you're taking things off of that.
So 72 and then half 72.
Yep. Actually,
36.
technically, what's your energy resistance?
My energy resistance is 40.
Okay.
No, 48.
So thanks to this, it's 48. So then you take 48 away from that, so that leaves you with 32, then half it. So you basically take 16 points of damage.
Yeah.
Because even if it is willpower infused, you
It's,
take
yeah.
it has to break through the resistance before it then gets halved.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, and then he takes 69 points of damage. Nice.
Nice.
That actually does break his vitality as well.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh wait, no. His
No,
vitality is
because his
so
form.
his form. His
Yeah.
vitality is actually 10 above that. So his original vitality is 62.
I was gonna say that would be sad
But-
if in his transformation he got broken by that.
In this, he's 72. I keep forgetting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Oh, you're getting closer though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was some pretty sick stuff there. Ah no! So as you like, ooh, hit him right in his like stomach. You hear a crack.
Oh wait, hang on. Doesn't my energy do 1.5 to him, or did we not add that?
No, we never added it in the end.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. As
Cool.
much because we were sort of going back and forth on this, we never actually came to like a definitive like.
No,
thing.
that's fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Also, I haven't been adding 1.5 with any of mine either.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair. Yeah.
Either way, you hear something crack when you hit him in the stomach, and then he sort of like reels back, like hurt. I just have to add 16 to the damage that you took. You're on 47 damage. As it seems that you have like probably either caused internal damage or like just muscle damage, organ damage, whatever, or you might have cracked or dislodged a rib. As he sort of like holds his chest and sort of breathes in and breathes out, as you can hear him wheezing.
You want to take a breather, or?
I'll admit, I didn't think you'd be this strong. I underestimated you for sure, but I shall not let that go unpunished.
Sure thing. Oh, are my energy blasts still stopped? The ones that I previously.
No, so
Which means I need to roll the damage.
yeah.
Give me a second. What is happening in this dialogue?
Because when you punched him, that knocked his control off. So now it's like, give me a second. Okay.
Yeah, and then he takes another 46.
Jeez. Okay. Another 46. Okay.
Just casually.
One moment, please.
Yeah,
One
sure.
moment, please.
If you're just sitting back on the stands, relaxing.
I mean, I will say he's not down yet, but like there is a good argument for him losing in the next round. This is just riddled with energy blasts. He then. Yeah, can I get this to work? Only
berries.
just
Blueberries.
2 berries. Only just did I get this to work. He sort of generates some strange darkness whilst holding something under his neck. He then calls it the Grateful Dark. And then if I can get this to work, infuses even further darkness with it to create a massive orb that he then just throws at you.
Oh, nice. I guess then I will counter with my own orb.
Ooh, okay.
Balls to the walls excitement here.
But
Jeez,
his will
okay.
succeed.
His will indeed succeed. As the energy that you create and you try to throw at him, it gets swallowed up by the darkness. And so does the energy orb that is firing all the orbs of light.
That's just rude.
As it gets swallowed up. As it then, this whole thing hits you. And as it does so, you are indeed... How do I put it this way? As he hits you with this attack, you are sort of swallowed by this darkness, and you can feel all of this strange like pain just hit you at once. However, it removes obviously 8, so that's 49, and then halves the 49, so it would be 24. It is obvious that this guy has some kind of ability that is incredibly impressive, but his willpower on this mode or this form that he's using is not breaking through your own armament. In all honesty, if he was able to break through it, you know for a fact how powerful this guy is. He might be near your level, but there is just something about his current strength of will that is not allowing him to deal as much effective damage as you are.
Interesting. I assume I'm still in this orb of darkness.
Oh, it dissipates after it gets hit, like a big explosion of darkness. As it's almost like it was like a big orb. As it hits you, it swallows up all of the light that you generate, lands on you, and then disperses as it does so. And the dispersal actually is the thing that really creates that tinge of pain throughout your body.
Well, I have to say you're relatively alright when it comes to strength. Lacking in the will department, though.
My willpower is incredibly strong. I don't know what you're trying to insinuate.
That it's not enough.
You're saying that you are not pretending to not be hurt. That instead my attacks are not as strong or potent as you thought they would be?
Yeah.
He then just looks a little disheartened. It's like, oh. Well, I'm not going to lie, that kind of puts a little less pep in my step.
Well, sorry about that. Now, the question is, how do I finish you off?
Excuse me?
Phrasing. You're right, I should have added that. Sorry, just give me a minute, good sir. I'm just gonna.
A minute, good sir.
Give me a minute, good sir. I don't want to waste any of my good abilities on you.
He's just digging him a deeper and deeper hole.
Yeah.
Go there.
I mean, I have this ability, but it's one use, and I don't want to waste it on him. You're not worth it. I'm just gonna be a troll. I'm just gonna use Shower of Light again.
Okay. Yep.
Oh.
Roll damage.
Oh, that's 4 again.
Jeez.
He's back to square one. He's basically just reset it upon himself, so... He really should have just kept with the original one.
Yep, so it does 41 points of damage. On that, so that's... yeah. Yep. So, like, as it just, like, keeps raining down on him and he's just taking all that damage, it is now his turn.
Indeed.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
That's good, but that's not the attacking roll.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, that's useful, but unless if I land this next one, it doesn't matter.
I mean, the dice could be kind to you and give you another high roll.
Don't give me hope.
Or it could give you 2 berries.
And that's why I wanted to give you hope, so I can utterly destroy you.
Yeah, so he clutches this thing beneath his neck again, and again this darkness emanates around from him, absorbing all of the light that just hits him. As this time he generates a large sort of orb of blackness. As it touches the rest of the dark, it gets swallowed up and fires as a like pure beam towards you.
Oh, now you're really making it tempting. Nah. I'll just do the same thing he did to me. I'll throw an orb at him.
Okay.
I'm getting deja vu.
Yeah.
Orb.
Have you been feeling this place before?
Yeah.
It's time to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you like launch this orb at him, it just swallows up the beam of darkness, striking at him. As the entire orb of light just hits him, and he just disappears. I want to point out, everyone who's watching this, he just disappears with this blinding orb of light, and then a massive explosion happens that just creates a massive pulse of force, and it just hits all of you. Not enough to damage you, but enough to feel the concussive force. As like the couple of the guards are like, "Sir Dariel, no!" As finally the smoke clears and he's just unconscious on the ground, his wings not upon his back, as he's just like his eyes have rolled into the back of his head.
No, that's an embarrassing way to go.
One of the guards runs over to him and checks him. "He is alive, but you have defeated him."
Cool. Can I go in now?
Well, you see, Lord Dariel was supposed to be your escort within this place.
Give me a minute then. I poke him and I use my willpower ability to try and heal him.
Roll for it.
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna have to roll me for the damage one first. Because
See how badly you killed him before.
But no, because remember, if someone has an injury,
Oh, yeah.
you have to roll it to see how much damage he takes, and then afterwards you have
It's
to
a
see.
D4, isn't it? Is it? Or what is he taking injury wise?
Is it?
Because his injury was only a cracked ribs.
Cracked ribs, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think this because I think the only thing that affects injuries is to do with like time-based element ones.
Oh no, we
where
had
it's
it
like,
where if it doesn't have a timer, then just does it based on. Oh wait, no, because it does it based on a D4, and then we just see how many times it does. Okay, yeah, fair. Still roll a D4 because it's a +4 injury.
Wow, D4s love me today.
Okay, yeah.
But Rib isn't healing properly.
Yeah, I might just kill him here and now. What a shame, right?
12 points of damage, but now roll to heal. Which I think isn't that the 1.5 times one?
I do +12 anyway, so he'll get it back, and yeah, there you go, 28.
Yeah, fair enough. He does get healed slightly. However, the damage that you dealt, removing that for a second, he's actually at minus something already because you dealt, what was it, 40 something points of damage?
42.
42. So that.
The meaning of life.
So
Yeah.
He's on 248. You then add the 12, take away the 12, so that's still 248, and then you've then got 10 plus, so 16. So I then remove the 16 from this. 32. So he's got 232 damage. He's still unconscious.
Let's get over and heal him, please. Yeah.
I will.
In the name of Animite.
Did
In the name of
somebody
Animite,
say
I will rush down from this. I'll rush down from the stand and, advance regeneration because I have a party role now.
Awesome.
Let's say advanced regeneration. What is it? 27? I think that's what
27.
Max can do.
I think so.
I think. Give me a second. Just gotta check what that is, just in case.
Heal the angel.
I think 27 is. I think 27 is perfect.
Oh, it is. Yeah, so it's
27 is the
4d10
highest one
plus
that you've got.
40 for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. And let me just have a look at that. So that's 232 minus
Chunky on damage.
54.
Yeah.
That is chunky undamaged right there. 178. Yep, that's fine. That's enough. He's in health. He's in the red, but at least he is alive. Well, at least he's conscious as he wakes
Immediately
up.
punch him and put him back into negatives.
I want to point out your advanced regeneration also heals him from his from the damage from his rib as well, as you can sort of hear it cricking and cracking.
Yeah, I think it heals. I think it heals 2 injuries or whatever.
Well, he only took 1. So you did a good job. As he gets up and he's sort of shaking his head a bit, like holding his face. Oh. You beat me.
Yeah, so you're meant to be my escort and stuff, so we woke you up.
Selfish needs and requirements. You only did this because that I was your escort? You pity me? He then stands up.
No. Not really.
Dusting himself off. Yes, I will help you through this place. I will guide you. After all, it was my promise that if you were to defeat me, or if I were to forfeit, then I would in fact be the one to let you within the city. All of your guests are also allowed.
Oh, cool.
Come with me. As you do that, I just need to check something. Okay. So I'll roll it in dice rolls 1 so everyone can see the calculation I do here. So it's a D100 times a D100. Nice. Okay. And then it is 20 D10s times 1218. That is the amount of points that you are given for defeating him. Anarche.
Oh, cool.
So that's 141,288.
That's awesome. More points for muffins.
Yes! I will soon own that muffin house.
Make it into a muffin mansion.
Yes.
As you eventually walk up to the gates open, and again, you saw this before, but the gates begin to like glow with like strange pathways of pink. As Aldous, I would like you to roll me your willpower.
Can I roll wisdom?
No.
I just didn't realize it's the same. It never matters.
This great harmony sings throughout it. As you at first you don't hear anything, and then it's like very like lightly, and it gets louder and louder until eventually it's almost like this massive, big, bellowing sort of like chorus. As the energy glows throughout these pathways of the door, and the door eventually opens in certain segments, and it sort of like breaks apart in these segments, allowing entrance within the great doors of this place. you are taken aback and your head is pounding. It is incredibly painful to hear this song of this magnitude and of this length, of this potency. Anarche, on the other hand, you can actually sense the energy coming from the gates themselves. It is very impressive that they're able to control it in this level. As a matter of fact, the pieces seem to be floating on their own, floating like chunks of metal floating with tiny amounts of animite running through it like little veins of circuitry. The rest of you just see this very futuristic and almost fantasy level technology before you. It almost looks like magic. After eventually passing through... No, go on.
I was just gonna say, seeing all this dying on the floor, can I just pick him up and, princess carry him?
It's less that he's dying on the floor, but he is in great pain, he's holding his head as if he's got a massive migraine. But yeah, he is walking slowly, so you can pick him up if you want.
Yeah, I'll just pick him up.
Yeah.
Start carrying him.
Since you've got actually, what is your weight, by the way, Aldous?
I mean, it's definitely not much. It is 60 lbs. It's -2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no contest. So you've got 20 strength, even outside of your transformation. Yeah, you just pick him up.
Like a bag of flour.
Just over your shoulder. You eventually get into the place, and it is the gates close, the harmonic frequency in your head begins to lessen and lessen until eventually the gates close, and the strange pink sort of energy disappears from the door. So, once that happens, you are greeted to this entire place. Everything is just made out of this strange gold and silver material. Everything. Doors are made out of the same kind of technology where they open up, certain things float perfectly. There are actually highways of metal that people are walking across. Some are standing on special scooters or special hoverboards or things that allow them to go across the floors and stuff. There are lampposts that are powered by strange strange sources. There's just an orb floating above a pedestal, and it glows. There's no reason as to why that this thing is powered, but it's just almost like some kind of Tesla light bulb where this object floats. It's not connected to anything, and now it lights up. All sorts of technology run throughout this, and you see many people, many individuals with the same kind of things, these wings on their back, some made out of energy, some made out of darkness, some made out of lightning, fire, ice, some have weird distortions, some have different colored wings, some have actual physical wings that are made out of stuff like metal or rock, all sorts of strange things like that. And you just see it, all sorts. Some actually have strange halos above their head, with an infinity sign in the middle of it. All sorts of people. They're wearing specialized robes. Some are wearing more modernistic clothing within the contemporary functions of the more Eastern or Western societies. But a lot of the time, a lot of these people are wearing specially fitting robes or battle robes and togas and stuff like that. Their dress sense is not massively consistent, other than the sort of almost robe-like stuff. In and throughout, it genuinely looks as if the entire place is powered by something of either weird types of technology or maybe animatology, but it's still hard to fully know.
Does that mean that Aldous is the only one that semi-fits in around here?
In the terms of your dress sense, but I was actually going to say the person who probably fits in the most is either you, or, and this is actually very interesting, Anarche. Because despite the fact that Anarche is wearing a black gi, it kind of fits and suits him just as much as anyone else's. I want to point out, Felix is wearing some kind of a suit shirt and some stuff like that. He looks probably the most out of place.
Just business casual, you know.
Business casual. You don't see anyone wearing any kind of business casual. Like, t-shirt and jeans maybe. If they are jeans, you're not quite sure. But weirdly enough, Fletcher and RK and Aldous, their dress sense actually weirdly fits a lot more in this place. But yeah, so Dariel then says that he can show you anywhere in particular if there's anything that you needed to look for. Dariel also says that he understands that you are looking for a certain someone, but he does not yet know that particular individual that you are looking for. Is there any particular place that you'd like to be shown, or would you like to go and wander on your own without him to help you?
I guess that's a group decision, guys. Are we dragging this random guy along with us, or?
Tour guide or no tour guide?
Considering he lives here, he probably would know faster routes throughout the city.
That is true.
True.
I do know those.
Hang on. I've forgotten what the ability's called. Do you happen to know someone with, what was it, like, Immortus Child or something like that?
Mortality Children.
That's the one. We need... Sorry, yeah, go on.
No, I've heard of them, but if we do have any here, they are incredibly rare. I've only heard about 2 lie within the city. You might have a good chance at speaking to one of them.
Do you know anyone who might have knowledge of their whereabouts? Or do we just have to run around?
I might be able to take you to the location where there might be this individual. I only have heard of them. I don't personally go to this location in the city, but I can show you to it.
Well, unless anyone else wants to do anything, I feel that's a good start at least.
Nowhere else to be.
That'd work.
Yeah, alright then.
As he begins walking and sort of showing you a few different places, Aldous, I'm going to ask you to roll me 5 willpowers, please.
It's
a good thing Felix is here.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just the piggyback.
Yeah.
giver.
You actually succeed, like, because it's only a 10 for all of this stuff. You actually succeed all but one of them. So you're fine for most of it, and it's the last one that they get to when it's like a hospital. And it's that point where you're like, this is a major migraine. Like this place in front of you is a beacon of animatology.
I think it's more like less a migraine, more as like entranced. That was where we're going with.
You want me to roll
He's
labor
going
for
full of
carrying all this?
I think you
Hold him still.
I think you should be fine.
Okay.
But yeah, you do. Yeah, it is a great deal of pain, and the only reason why it is pain is because of the amount of it. It's less about like you normally are entranced by this, but in this particular case, it is the sheer amount of power that is radiating from this. It's just why almost every time that you've come across any of these, you are in pain for most of them. With smaller amounts of animite, it is just entrance. An entrapment within your attention, but in these kind of situations, because the entire city is powered by such a great deal amount of animite, it is the fact that like not succeeding these, you are in great pain. This is another reason why it's willpower and not necessarily wisdom. In this particular moment, you are kind of like sort of. It's more like paralysis, not necessarily like literal paralysis, but like you're in so much pain you daren't walk further because of the sheer level of animite, like resonation coming from resonance coming from the actual hospital. There's all sorts of different sounds, symphony, and noises coming from it. You then hear
So
Dariel
overwhelming for him.
Yes. You then hear Dariel just say, within here we might be able to find someone who has this particular power, but I'm not entirely sure if they have the individual ability that you're looking for. We should go and have a look. Of course,
Sure.
if any of you are able to. He's then staring at Aldous.
Do you need timeout, buddy? Do you need the pocket dimension?
No, just give me a second. Just
Alright.
need to catch myself.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna roll SP for Aura Sense. I know it's passive, but in this instance, he's specifically searching the hospital for unique powers or unique life forms that he hasn't sensed before.
Okay,
And
powers that he hasn't necessarily
relatively,
felt. Yeah, okay.
yeah, or relatively powerful ones at that. So
Okay. Okay. You sense quite a lot of different life forms within there. Quite a few good 100 minimum. Couple hundred. You do sense powers that you haven't sensed before, but ones of the magnitude that you're specifically looking for, you sense about 3.
well, I think I've narrowed it down to 3 people.
Ah, so that's your ability. I was assuming that you had that kind of a power, but that's not willpower, is it?
No, I'm a bird.
Sorry.
Anyway, moving on.
The birds work
Right.
for the bourgeoisie.
Can I roll willpower again to try and?
Yes, but this will be a
Stabilize.
disadvantage.
Aw.
Ah.
Indeed.
Can't wait for the two.
No,
berries.
It's
Blueberries.
making the headache worse.
I'll get a
Fletcher will
pack of
go
them.
over to Fletcher will go over to Aldous and pat him on the back. He's like, "It's all okay, buddy. I'm sure you're not used to this much animate all over the place."
You can get him a pack of frozen peas to put on his head while he lies down.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Just go make sure. Does it fit? Is it like a good tune or is it like a mournful tune? Like like you can hear like, is it okay doing this thing? Or does
There's
it feel
there's a lot of noises, and like the loudest is just like a big, very deep tone. Wah. Like it's just like a hugely loud, low baritone noise. And it is just, it's very weird because it's almost constant. You're not exactly able to gather any kind of emotion from it, but it definitely feels like it's a lot of power being fueled within this city, and this is one of the many points of where all that power is being used.
in this hospital?
Yes.
Okay.
They do take a lot of power.
Oh, I'm just like, is this going to turn like Resident Evil, or is it like in an underground compartment that is just full of evil?
Conspiracy theory time.
Dariel then just says, "Look, if you wish to continue on your own, you can, but I'm afraid I cannot stay for too much longer. I, as one of the commandments, must, well, do my duties."
I mean, sure. Not to sound rude, we probably won't need you now that I think we should be fine. So
That is good to hear. He then lends out his hand in front of you. "It was good meeting you, Anake."
yeah, sure. I'll extend my hand out.
He shakes your hand and places his other hand onto yours, so he's now either side clasping your hand with both of his.
Oh no, not one of these handshakes.
He shares a smile with you, and it seems pretty genuine. He then says, "Thank you for getting your friends to heal me. Now, I shall be off." His wings finally appear, these black energy wings, as he then flaps them once and he leaves. As he soars throughout the air within this great city.
Alright, well, I'm going in if you want to stay out here, because it will probably be more noisy outside, so, it's up to you guys.
It's okay. I can sit out here and wait it out.
I'm sure there's... fair enough.
I'll join you. I don't like the loud noises, and hospitals tend to be a quite noisy themselves.
Well, I'm sure there's some homeless people sitting around somewhere. You can get some good conversation.
I try rolling again.
Uh,
Alright, well, I go in.
Okay, so who's going in again? So it's Anarche. Is Felix?
Felix
Yeah.
will go in. He's been to plenty hospitals before, you know.
Yeah, fair.
Way around them.
Ah, sad.
What's one more?
Story. I mean, this one is actually filled with angels, so you know.
Oh, that's not depressing.
Angel Hospital.
Yeah, that sounds really bad. If anything.
It's
not good.
depending on which way you look at it. It's either that's actually quite comforting, or oh no, this is actually a lot darker than I assumed.
Yeah.
They're either going to get the job done.
Again.
They're either going to get the job done, or they're going to do their job.
They don't leave without the casket.
Something tells me they're not here just to visit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So, the two of you head in. And again, it looks like the inside of a regular hospital, except from people with wings of all sorts of different manners of shapes, sizes, and matter. There's a receptionist desk, and there are some people who look, ill, injured, sick, there are some who are sort of being treated already in this waiting room. There are some that are waiting in the waiting room, and there are some who are just sort of wheeling people about, and so on and so forth.
Cool. Who's the closest out of the three that I sensed?
One is on the same floor as you, but a couple of rooms away.
Alright, we'll go to that one then.
You're then immediately stopped past the receptionist as just someone in a very formal uniform just looks at you and says, "I'm sorry, but what are you doing?"
Looking for someone?
You're looking for someone.
Yes.
And have you any idea who that person that you're looking for?
Nope. Narrowed it down to 3.
Right. Well, sir, we can't just let you go any further without us knowing who you are and what your business is here.
Do you have a powerful and mortuous child here?
What?
Like, someone who can, resurrect dead people and things like that?
The entire room just goes silent.
Oh boy, it's one of those, okay.
I'm sorry, sir. Did I mishear you?
Depends. What did you hit?
That you're looking for someone who has the power of resurrection.
Yep.
I'm afraid you're going to have to come with me, sir.
Okay.
He takes you by the shoulder and begins escorting you to a certain location. He then looks over at you, Felix, and says, "Are you with this individual?"
Felix will nod.
"You will also be coming with me, sir."
Fair enough. Felix saunters on over, hands in pockets.
He eventually takes you off to a room that is going further and further away from your goal. In this room, it is just empty, but with only a few medical supplies around the sort of desks and around the sides. He then closes the door behind him. "I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to pull here, sir, but you must know that asking for such an ability must mean that you're outsiders."
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
You will also...
What's that, Felix? The most outsider-looking individual here.
I mean, to be
Yeah.
honest, I want to point out that, like, although not every single person in the entirety of the city has wings, because some people, I mean, Anarcha, you've already said that some people have powers that just don't have the ability of generation or manipulation. Some don't even have powers. So everyone looks human, or at least everyone looks humanoid. They're, every which way that they look like as if they are human. Some of them have wings, some of them do not, but a lot of them do have wings. This individual is not really has not really got any wings, but again, they look human. But it's kind of that thing of, like, okay, a lot of people look like, us and whatever, we look human, we should be fine, but he's been able to figure out straight away. But obviously, the only person who really sticks out like a sore thumb in this place is Felix, because nobody is wearing suits or business casual wear. I'm afraid that you clearly must not know of the current situation.
No.
Due to certain circumstances, for the last 20, 30 years, resurrection has been illegal within the city walls.
Oh, good.
It has also been an ability that we try to enforce, not any use of it, even within the country. So, this is where things get a little awkward. Because, quite frankly, I'm assuming that you're not here to cause any trouble or harm to the city, but even just talking of this is incredibly dangerous. After all,
Right.
if people who have powers of healing and the abilities of immortality or resurrection are to be continuously used over and over again, not only is there no problems with death, but also population begins to become a problem.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. And all. But I assume you're so uppity is because there is someone here who can do that then.
So if I was to answer that, I don't think there would be a safe answer. If I said no, would you really believe me?
No.
And if I said yes, would you still walk away from this place? Your silence speaks volumes, sir.
Yeah.
So you see my impossible situation. You either won't
Yep.
believe me, or you will, but you still won't leave.
Yep. Sucks for you.
Well, sir, it actually doesn't suck to be me as much as it is you. You see, I am only here to merely stall you until the proper authorities arrive.
That's funny.
Yes, I don't have any capability of fighting back, so if you did want to leave, I could
No.
stop you.
That's not the funny part. Is the authorities really? Oh my god. So can I just go and look around now?
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, sir.
But you just said you can't stop me.
No, and that's why I'm standing in the way of the door.
That is quite the worst place you could put yourself. You gotta be honest.
I know, sir. I want Felix and okay, I want you to roll me an insight.
Good thing my insight is god level.
Yeah, gotta love our insight.
Yep.
They're very good.
Felix, this guy is given the sass. Anarche, you kind of get the impression that this guy is being a little sassy, but at the same time, it's probably a defense mechanism because it does look like he knows that you can't stop him, and he doesn't really want to be in this position. He just has to be because it's the only part of his job that he has to do.
Alright, sir, there's only one issue of your conundrum. I don't need to use the door to leave.
I assumed you wouldn't, sir.
Man, I really didn't want to get into issues with people, but man, I think that's a record.
Well, again, sir, you haven't caused any trouble or any harm yet. So technically, if you just inform what's going on to the authorities, I promise that there is a chance that you won't have to be forced to leave this premises, so long as you're not going to cause any trouble.
Man. Actually, you know what? I did mention this to the guy at the front, didn't we?
We did.
Man, what an arsehole. I mean, he didn't think to mention that it was illegal. What a dick. No, I didn't like him.
Who exactly was it that brought you here, sir?
One of the commandments, I think he said. Dari, was it? It started with a D, right? Or was it different like?
You're talking about Dariel.
That's the one.
Sir Dariel is in fact one of the commandments, and he is quite a powerful individual. But, as a matter of fact, he is, well, as you might say, rather, he's quite the trickster, I would say. But more so, he does like to, well, not get involved with other people's business, even if that business might very well end up in harming others. It's actually one of the two reasons why he's known as the Angel of Darkness.
Man, what a dick.
I no comment, sir.
Oh, I bet he's just salty because he lost.
You beat him?
Oh yeah, he's pretty weak.
Well, in that case, sir, there's definitely no chance of me being able to stop you here.
Alright, and how strong are the authorities here?
It really depends on who is called, sir. Although if they know that you took down Dariel, they probably would be sending someone of equal or greater strength than him.
Oh, that's such a pain in the ass. Alright. But so you reckon it would just be easier to wait until to explain it to the authorities? I don't, really want to start fighting the hospital.
I'd recommend it, yes, sir. As we now come back to the outside. Aldous, roll me that willpower.
Yay! Still disadvantage?
Still disadvantage.
Woo!
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, it is an 8. It's gonna be a natural one.
It's
yes!
just enough.
Ooh.
It stops hurting after a while because you start noticing all of the resonances. Doesn't matter what pieces of animite are inside of that place now, you have become accustomed to everything that is that hospital and inside that hospital.
Yeah. Just learn to vibe with it. As the youth say.
Yes.
Hey, Aldous, your outlook is looking a little more cheery. You feeling better?
Oh yes. Just had to
That's good.
fix everything. Shall we go in then? See what's taking them so long?
Yeah. I feel like they should at least even let us know what's going on by now. Let's check up on them.
And I guess we'll go in and probably go to the receptionist.
Yeah. We make it to the front desk, I assume?
Yeah, you begin heading that way. Going indoors and eventually, seeing the exact same sights that they saw. People are just sort of still like being treated or waiting. You do see the receptionist desk.
Is there a bell?
I mean, there is also a receptionist right behind the desk as well.
If he goes to the bell, I smack it. I smack his hand away. Because
Aw.
Sorry, hello there.
Welcome. How may I help you today?
Yeah. Hello. Sorry, I don't suppose have you seen? There's two of our friends came in here. A man in a black outfit and a man in a suit and tie. Don't suppose have you seen them?
Would you perhaps be friends of those individuals?
Yes.
I would like to think so.
Okay. In that case, then, I would very much like to see, are you, foreigners from this land?
Oh yes, I come from Irish City.
Right.
As do I.
That's the Oculus continent off to the east. No, to the west.
It's quite
sorry.
Yeah, it's quite the
East.
travel.
East-west, it's all the same direction when you get far enough.
Yes, of course. I'll just call someone to let them know that you're here.
And before I realized this world was actually flat.
Yeah.
Like, if you go west enough, you go round.
Yes, you're not wrong.
That's what
they
It's
want
us to think.
entirely fair. Like, you're not wrong.
Oh.
You're either east by a couple hundred miles, or you're west by a couple 100,000 miles.
Yeah. Oh, if you need any help, I have some amount of healing.
Oh, well, I don't see why
Or
that
even-
couldn't be a. Yes. Well, why don't you take a seat just over there? There are a couple of spare seats there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I guess we'll go take a seat.
Yeah, you both, the two of you both take a seat. You again notice like people coming in and out, and again some people getting treated there, some people just waiting.
Is there any, if there's anyone besides, I guess it was like begin. I guess is it like like this the 3-year-old newspapers as there often is at like hospitals or like the
Breaking news,
magazine
something
from.
happened, and you're like looking at it. It's like breaking news. Something happened in Irish City today. As an entire place just got wiped out, and you're looking at it. It's from 20 years ago. Wow.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
collector's item. It's like, it sells for like 50,000 credits on the net.
100
Breaking news: skeletons coming to life.
skeleton. There is actually one from 5 years ago, actually, and it says all sorts of different things throughout the world. It's like, meanwhile, meanwhile in other news, a bone made of islands. The results may surprise you.
A bone
And
made
that's
of
like-
islands. What's that?
Sorry, an island made of bones.
Breaking news: God falls from sky, calls himself Great One.
Oh, look, it's a fine
Totally.
edition. The Scrabble hasn't even been done yet.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you're reading like old newspapers. Fletcher, what are you doing?
Well, if it is the same 20-year-old newspaper, Fletcher's trying not to look at it.
Fair.
I guess I'll roll insight just to get the general vibe of what's in the air.
Okay, I guess roll perception then. You're sort of walking around. Oh, you're sort of sitting there looking around at other people. Just some people, looking, rather sick or injured or anything like that. You notice that anyone who comes and goes, there's not really many people that look very well. And if anyone does come in, they look rather concerned, trying to find out where their loved ones are or where their friends are or whatever. And you're just watching this for a while, and eventually you hear, eventually you see someone walk in. Someone adorned in similar get-up to Dariel. A couple of like armored pads on either of his shoulders and also across his waist, sort of robes-like sort of thing. But also, they're brighter colours than his. As a matter of fact, the colours are really odd because like it's yellow, white, and pink. The guy's hair is sort of like purple but it's short in almost like a strange, like sort of like buzz cut pompadour sort of style. He does look very odd. He stands in at about like 5'5", and he's just looking around, and he looks calm. He looks nonchalant, and he just sort of walks up to the receptionist, and he puts his arm over the desk, and he's sort of just like talking to them for a bit, looking with like a really big dopey smile over his face. And this is weird. That just seems weird.
Fletcher will nudge Aldous and try and direct his attention to the guy, being like, "Hey, doesn't that kind of look like similar gear that the other commandment was wearing?"
Like, he's just looking through like the sports results and sees the Irish Knights win again. It's like, good, and then looks up. He does quite resemble that. Perhaps he's here for looking for someone.
I hope so. I'm getting a weird vibe. Almost even here, he feels like he stands out.
He then is like sort of speaking to this individual for a little bit, and then sort of like looks over at another hallway. He then sort of nods to thank her. As he turns away, as his back is turned from you, notice that he's got two wings, and the wings that he's got on his back are like, they look like as if they're made out of a strange purple liquid. As he begins sort of like walking away, and eventually turns down the hall, and you can no longer see him. We now come back.
Now that I've seen...
No, go on.
Sorry. I just realized I have an ability, and now that I've seen this, I think I might choose it just because there might be danger in the air. Or at least a reason to do it. Can I use killing time?
Killing time?
Is it time to kill?
No, it's a new ability that allows you to, if you get... allows you like quicken up cooldowns for all of your abilities.
You don't have that though, remember?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't, because you've got the portal ability.
No, I don't, because remember, do I still have it?
Yeah, you still have the portal ability. Yeah, we said that.
Sweet!
As I said, so you don't have killing time, you have the portal ability. It's just that you don't have a pocket dimension. You can just use your portal to teleport from location to location.
Oh, good. No worries. I thought, sorry, never mind. Never mind, then I will go back to reading about...
Oh, okay, is that it? Okay.
I should go back to reading about the
already
Irish.
Anyway, moving on. So we now come back to Anarche and Felix. Anarche, you've noticed something very odd about this room, by the way, which is that like it's nice and bright and everything, but you've also noticed something quite weird, which is just like all of the entirety of this room is made out of that strange gold and silvery material.
Silver and gold.
Yeah. Hey, what is this stuff? You guys seem to plaster everywhere within the city.
Oh, well, sir, it's actually made out of iron. The entirety of the city is made with animatological infused iron.
Oh. Cool. Do you have any board games in here?
You seem to be rather nonchalant about this, sir.
Why wouldn't I be?
You then hear a knock on the metallic door.
They're finally here.
You do sense a very strange essence, a very odd and yet quite powerful presence behind the door. With a power you do not recognize.
No, I believe they're here now.
The power of purple.
Yeah.
He then opens the door, and you then just see a guy who's, again, as I said, 5'5". He's actually shorter than this other member of staff, and you just hear him go, "Hello." He then walks in. "So is this the culprits?" "Ah, they sent you, Kumariel." "Yes, you can go now." Thank you, sir." He then closes the door behind him. "Hello."
Yeah.
please, why don't we take a seat and we'll talk this out?
Sure.
I believe Felix and Aka were probably already sitting, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He then weirdly enough, he then takes a seat, like he floats up and takes a seat on the desk, and then goes, "So, I heard that you've been asking about some very questionable things."
Apparently so.
Well, that's not going to do us very good, now is it? You've only been here like 10 minutes.
I know, I generally think it's actual record, for me at least.
Well, I hope that this has been relatively helpful to you, but we have certain laws here, and we can't exactly have you non-abiding to them, of course, so we're going to have to straighten that out. Sadly, if you're looking for any powers that will allow you to resurrect people or create immortality, that's actually going to be quite a bit of a problem. So, how about we just forget about the whole concept, and you tell me why exactly you're looking for it in the first place?
Well, I can do the second part, which is, someone in my group is, being, let's say, reanimated by someone else, and, looking for a way to get him out of that. However, he's been a bit dead, a bit too long for any other of the resurrection-based powers to work.
I see. So you want to find someone who can be able to undo the horrible messiness that someone else has done. That's really bad. I'm sorry to hear that about your poor friend.
Cool. I assume it's still a no, though.
Sadly. I would assume,
Yeah.
however, that would be the friend that's in the hospital right now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they are in here.
I thought it was quite funny, and also your others. So that must mean that you foreigners were all together.
I mean, why wouldn't we be?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to assume, but I was able to make a calculated guess nevertheless.
Right, okay. So who exactly set up these laws of no resurrection?
Why, the council, of course. The 5-headed council of the entire city of Matrata. We pride ourselves on all sorts of different things, but a fair trial is definitely one of them.
Cool. So if I was just to walk up there, would they be there?
Well, most of them would, of course, be there, but you'd have to have a summons and go through everything. You can't just walk in and waltz there.
I don't know. I seem to have a habit of doing that with leader types.
Trust me, it wouldn't go down well. That's why I'm sent here, after all, rather than someone else.
Right. Because of your strength?
Well, I sure hope so. Otherwise, I wouldn't be much of a decent, well, angel.
Right. Are you one of these commandments too?
Huh? Oh, no. Nothing like that. I'm nothing like that at all. Quite frankly, I'm just more of a silly kind of angel.
Cool, but you would say you're as powerful as one, right?
Well, I never thought about it. There are certain ones that I would consider myself stronger than, I guess. Well, there's Michael, and there is Dariel. Lord Dariel is quite strong, and then there's Hanmael, and... Ooh, I can't forget about him either. Ooh, and her is too. Well, it's really difficult. I'd say the most powerful out of all of them is definitely Ignael. He's definitely not one anyone wants to tamper with, but I'd like to say at least 3, maybe 4 of them I could take on.
Alright, well, fair enough. So how would I get, what would be the quickest way to get one of these meetings with these council people?
Well, it depends if you're a law-abiding citizen or not. To be honest, there are only 2 real fast ways of doing it, but one of them, it means that you'd have to be ordered up for an execution.
So Felix.
I don't like how you said so, Felix.
So, if I get ordered for an execution, we can fast track this whole thing, and then we'll just, talk to them that way.
You then just look over at the angel, and he's like holding his sides and like holding, like he's puffing out his cheeks. He's like, tears are filling up in his eyes.
Should I roll nerve?
Yeah, sure. He's like wriggling around now, holding his sides.
And I could let you 10.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're able to keep your cool, but you are just thinking, okay, you idiot. Stop! If it was anyone else, you might actually be court-martialed for this alone. You're so funny, man. Well, that's one of the obvious options, but sadly you probably wouldn't get too much of a fair vote. And the other one, on the other hand, is actually having a fairly decent reason as to why you'd actually call a meeting. Only a few of them can actually call them, such as any of the 3 seraphim, or of course any of the commandments, but there are a few exceptions to this. Other than that, you'd have to wait a couple of days, and depending on also the severity of the case, that also could be accelerated. But if you're asking about one of the laws, I'm afraid that's actually quite low on the priority list.
Felix, how many days do we have to waste there?
Let me check. How many days do we have? Is there a set time?
I don't think there's any set time. If I have given it to you, I don't remember it. I assume that there was no set time.
I don't think Fergus has really given us a set time.
So we
I
could
believe our
wait.
schedule is open, yes.
Okay. Okay, do we wait? Or do we try and be a bit faster when it comes to this?
I'd like to go through the course of action that involves the least amount of deaths.
You're
Is that all
smart.
possible?
The other guy is pretty dumb.
I mean, yeah, execution one could work, but I mean, if you want to wait the time, I'm not going to complain. So how do we put in one of these orders or waiting? How do we get on the waiting list?
Well, trust me when I say this, you're gonna be kind of low on the priority list if you're a foreigner, and also you've already had a bit of a meeting with one of us. It's gonna be quite a long one, although you might be able to get a priority depending on your level of importance. I see that you have bands. That's also quite dangerous as well, so some of the councilmen actually probably wouldn't like you on there. So
Anarchy slams his head against the table. Ah!
He's still doing the math and just like, you also notice that every con to your plan he's putting on one hand, and every pro to your plan he's putting on the other hand, and it's starting to look like the cons are outweighing the pros.
I don't really want to do this, but I assume this will get their attention, considering how lean. What if I said I had an Animite tome? Would that hurry things up?
He then leans forward, closes his hands. You what?
Yeah, I got one.
You have one of the legendary tales by the ongoers who created them over 2,000 years ago.
Yep, finders keepers.
Well, that would be interesting. That would definitely get the old coot's attention. Well, your priority might have just increased. You're saying that you might have some kind of knowledge on them, or you even have them.
I just open up a portal and pull out the book.
His eyes just like pop out of his head, and then just like they get very close to the book, and then it's almost like as if he's like an elastic person as he just immediately like snaps to it, very close to it. Wow, that's actually one of them.
I put it back in the portal. Alright, you've seen it. You know it's real.
Yep, no, that's definitely no way that that's anything else. I can definitely also sense the strange energy from it. Well, when it was here, you have pocket dimensions. No wonder we weren't able to sense it on you. Alright then. Fair enough. You've intrigued me, and I'm pretty sure that you'd also intrigue the council. He's then floating around you, just like inspecting you. Huh. Okay then. How about this? We'll strike a deal. I'll be the one to put in a nice good word for you, and you won't cause any more trouble.
Sure, do you know any good places to stay while I'm here?
Quite frankly, there's all sorts of ones, and those bands still work here. Your money's good as well. They convert.
Alright, what's the
into
most
our-
luxurious What's the most luxurious place?
Well, we have a few different plates. The upper garden is one pretty decent one. We also have, we have the Angel Lounge. There's actually a really nice place. It's called the Throne Room. It's actually one of the best hotels here.
Cool. Well,
You know,
make sure not.
camping in a literal throne room.
I mean, that would be nice. Yeah. Well, sure. As long as no one tries to fight me, I'll behave.
Okay, fine. But I'm gonna have to escort you just so it looks official, as he then, stands to attention with a salute. Still floating, by the way.
Sure. Oh, I may have dented the table. I'm sure it's fine.
Nah, that's all good. It doesn't really matter too much anyway. They don't use this place. It's actually more of a ruse. Even the drugs are fake in this room.
Yeah. Nice.
They're all just Flintstone gummies.
It's actually just a room where they give the candy to the kids once they've done the checkup.
It's basically a place where it's clear that they use this for the place where if someone's a dangerous individual or a junkie or something, it's they're trying to find something. It's okay, just go to this one room, and then they're not going to really cause any harm to themselves because they're not going to be injecting themselves or taking anything that would kill them or allow them to OD or basically waste any of their precious resources.
Yeah.
He escorts the two of you out, and he's he's floating at this point. He goes, "Don't worry, they're coming with me. They've agreed not to bother with any of that dopiness. They're fine. They were only asking questions." He's flapping his arms around as well, kind of like a weird signaler, as if he's trying to signal someone down. Anyway, you two, as he points over at both Fletcher and Aldous, you're coming with me as well.
What?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Yep.
Holds the newspaper, puts it back down, and I guess follows.
Fair. Once you're finally out of the hospital, he goes, okay, I'll take you to the throne room. It's a really nice place. It's actually not too far from here. Although I guess that you don't really know how to use any of the vehicles here. So I guess we're going to have to take the boring route. Actually, no, we don't. As he then just he moves his arms in a really weird way, and then from his hands comes this really awful looking purple gunge, and then he throws it onto the floor in front of you. It's the 4 discs of this stuff splat against the floor and then reform floating about a couple of centimeters off of the ground. Stand on these.
Ooh, interesting.
You stand on them, and they just slide up, covering the top halves of you.
Oh man, it seems like these have both the property of rubber and gum.
You're funny. It's kind of rubbery, but it is more so just like slime. Follow me! As then, for some reason, you can now fly with him. As you fly over the strange golden highways and everything within the city, and you get really far up, and you start noticing that as you get higher and higher and higher, it seems as though there's a great amount of daylight that is still coming in from the sun, but you start noticing it's not glass, but there's something protecting the top of this place, a big dome of either a force field or something else that is basically protecting the top. From anything falling in or falling down into the city, either to probably stop flooding in case of rain, or just basically stop the creatures flying over and dropping anything into the city. But it is an incredibly large city, as if it's all in an encased dome of this stuff. There's a huge sort of palace-like object in the center of it. The biggest building there, the biggest single-form building there. Some buildings are floating on platforms. Some are, stayed to the ground. But this building in the center of it is the biggest building from both the bottom floor all the way up to the top. There are other buildings floating and connected to this large building, but it is the one largest building in the entire city. You're sort of flying around behind him as he's sort of looking really free. he eventually takes you to this incredibly large floating platform building, and as it says in front of it, Throne Room Hotel. He touches down onto the ground, and once you guys float on gently onto the ground, the slime removes itself from you and then suddenly folds back into his sleeve. Right, here you are.
Thank you. I don't think I got your name.
Oh, it's Yumariel. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, Mario. It was nice to meet you.
It's not as nice as it's going to be, as he rubs his hands together.
Okay.
Either way, I just wanted to let you know that if you wanted to cause any trouble, I was actually already ready to fight one of you, considering that I heard one of you is strong enough to actually go up against one of the great Seraphim.
Okay. I don't know how that standing is here, so...
Don't worry. Anyway, take your time. If you need me, well, I'll come by around about tomorrow. It's getting pretty late.
Alright, I guess see you tomorrow.
Ciao! As he then just falls off of the highway backwards, as he just seems to fall all the way, and then you see him just fly back up with these big wings of purple, which you're now starting to realize is some kind of weird purple slime.
Well, that was odd.
I don't think I know a Seraphim.
No, there. Oh, right. So, if resurrection's illegal.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, population issue and all of that sort of nonsense jazz. So, I had to get us a meeting with the big guys upstairs. So I offered up the random book that I found.
Wait, you mean the Animite tales we got from the ruins?
Yeah.
Wow, you really mean business with this.
Oh, I just wouldn't shut up. I knew that would be the guy. And Felix didn't agree to my suicide plans. This was about the only other one.
You're not actually going to give it to them, are you?
I don't know. Let's see how arseholey they are.
Trey.
So, why are we here?
This is the best hotel around, I think. I don't know.
Couldn't we have
Next time
just
is
got...
empty coin purse.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we have enough money for one of us to buy, rooms for everyone. And I'm sure it's not that expensive. I hope, anyway.
Well,
yeah, well, we get 100,000 or whatever from being us some random guy. I'm sure we can afford it.
Thank you.
Yeah. As Fletcher looks at his now bandless arm.
Felix, do you look at your band?
Sure, why not? I have just an amount of points.
I think Decent is undercutting it. Hang on a second.
Oh no, we'll be fine. I'm sure we can afford this place.
Felix with a green band of 6.3 million points.
Turns out it's a million. It's a million per customer per day.
Yeah.
Still enough to afford.
Yeah, for a night. Yeah.
I know we're here for the resurrection, but should we give any thoughts to what Fergus is looking for?
No.
Since we're also... Oh, okay, fair enough.
Why would we do anything that he wants?
I mean...
Actually, can I roll history to find out what Lord's powers actually were anyway?
We came to an estimation that it's copying.
No. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
That's alright.
I just I just thought even if he is keeping tabs on me specifically, considering where we are, he might think we're going after the Seraphim of Time.
Right. That's why it's convenient.
And then then after you revive, we should get the drop on him at some point.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, Felix, you still have that card, right?
Correct.
There's a possibility he doesn't know who's using the card when someone activates it.
Possibly, but he would soon find out.
Yeah, because he'd be getting ganked, so...
Yeah.
And as
Can't
we've seen, his major thing that he controls is his puppets. But he doesn't have them out all the time.
Okay.
He's never seemed. Has he ever had them whenever he's contacting you, Fletcher?
No, I've never seen. Whenever he's been just one-on-one, I've never seen him. It's only just been me and him.
Because I'm pretty sure he keeps it within his pocket dimension. So he can pull them out.
So we just have to stop him from calling upon his pocket dimension then?
As simply, yeah. Or I assume he could have backup plans. If he was smart, he would anyway. So.
In any case, I
Good.
think we shall think about it. Perhaps sleep.
Or, there's a possibility he's hearing this conversation right now.
Yeah, that's what I fear.
Doesn't matter. We'll still win.
Yeah. I mean, we have to.
Well, technically, I guess. I don't, but we don't technically have to win, but yeah, it's probably best that we do.
I mean, if we do win, then we can go find Rakia.
Yes. Also, I forgot, we need to look for someone who can have a device to track them down. We'll just speak to the council about it, I'm sure they'll listen.
Yes, they're well known for loving Haskonians.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure it'll go fine. Anyway, I'm hungry, so I want to get into this hotel.
You you walk up to them in these giant circular doors, almost like giant pizza cutting blades, goes, basically open from, side to side, allowing entrance into this location. It's a very big open plan room at first. When the doors close behind you, you notice something that's very interesting. This entire place is bigger on the inside. By a lot. You then see a circular, the entire place, by the way, has got a beautiful red carpet on the inside of this. And there's a circular desk, like a 360-degree open desk. And there is an individual sitting there. She is wearing a very interesting, gold and black uniform. Very tight-fitting, long trousers. She stands up when the lot of you arrive and enter. You notice that she has gold energy wings, but she has 4, and they are slightly less lengthier than usual wings that you see with and about in the city. Hello, greetings. How can I help you today?
Oh, yeah, hello. We're here to book some rooms.
Of course you are, dear. Why else would you be here?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So, is that 4 separate rooms, or 2 separate rooms?
Yeah, guys, what are we doing?
Probably be cheaper with 2 separate rooms.
Are we find crashing? I mean, we could technically get one and crash altogether, but 2 would probably be more sensible.
Yeah.
Alright, sure, yeah. 2 rooms, please.
2 rooms, and are those 2 rooms with separate or connected beds?
I'm gonna make the safe assumption of,
I would say
not
separate.
Yeah.
Very well. What type of rooms would you like, dear? Ones with the windows that you can look out of, or ones without?
I want a window.
Excellent choice, sir. And for the others?
There's gotta be a great view, so I would say we should get windowed room.
Very well. On top of that, sirs, would you also like it that we were to wash and clean your clothes or any other items that you have?
I'm not gonna say no to that. Yeah, sure, why not?
Very well. She continues tapping into something. And we have other services. We also have all-inclusive in the terms of our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you may have something tonight, and you may have two somethings tomorrow, in the terms of your meals.
Nice.
I shall add that as well then, sir. That brings your entire total pricing up to... That would be 300,000 points, please.
I guess I'll pay for this one.
Alright. I was going to say we could go halves.
I mean, I'm fine with halves if you want.
It's 3,000.
So 150.
So
Each.
150,000 each.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Are you both able to take those point totals off and then tell me what your current point total is after?
So,
Yes.
If you
is
do
it
that.
150,000?
Yeah,
each?
150,000. Yeah.
Okay, let me...
Points!
Then take away.
By the way, it's kind of interesting because she uses the term points, not any kind of currency that you are aware of.
Yes. I now have, excluding that, 550. And then 307 points.
So 550,000.
Yeah.
And then
300.
And then...
Yeah.
Then I will just... Because numbers are big and I don't know
Yeah,
my numbers.
just send it in dice rolls and I'll just copy and paste
In
it.
dice rolls? Okay.
Yeah.
That's dice rolls 2. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm a slow typer.
But yeah, that's all paid for you. You're then given 4 special objects. These are discs on keychain rings. They're special golden discs that are attached to these keychain rings. All you need to do is tap these into the correct numbers that you will see on those. You have number 75, and you have number 78. She then gives 75 to both Felix and Anarche, and then 78 to both Fletcher and Aldous.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
And thanks, you guys. I feel like I'm kind of being a bit of a leech.
Nah, it's alright.
It's perfectly natural, being one.
Yep.
I mean, heck, I could literally have just stayed inside.
you're dead. I don't even think you can legally have a bank account, so I wouldn't worry about it.
What was that, sirs?
Yeah,
Nah, don't worry about it. Anyway, let's go.
I'm dead broke.
Yes, that one.
Oh,
Alright, let's go.
okay. You go off and you get into the rooms. They are, want of a better word, they are basically pristine. I want to point out this entire room, like just the entire room itself, is as big as, if not bigger than, the entirety of Felix's apartment. It's got a bedroom, it's got a living quarters with a big ass bay window. It has a huge bathroom, weirdly enough, a massive kitchen, a walk-in closet. It's got the whole shebang.
Nice.
And of course,
Yeah.
2 separate beds.
Darce, I think I might go for a quick nap.
That makes sense. I'm probably gonna have a shower and
Well,
then hit.
It is currently in the time of the game. It is currently now around about 6:00 p.m.
Yeah, I'll go and have a shower and have dinner. That's my plan.
Fair enough.
I think Felix will probably just be doing some like meditative exercise. You know,
Fair.
some nice calm stretches.
Fletcher?
Fletcher will be enjoying the view, looking out the window.
You get to see the entirety of this beautiful city of gold and silver. It is, without a doubt, one of the most entrancing sights to behold.
Can I ask? Can I use dreams of animite if I'm going for a quick nap?
I want to point out, like, you might as well wait until later anyway, because like you're gonna get a short rest or a long rest, so you might as well wait until later anyway. But yeah, so do you guys go off like after? Well, funny enough, Anarche, there's a place where it says pile clothes here.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll put my clothes in it.
You do that, and then you sort of step in. You have your shower. There's soaps and shampoos and conditioners and stuff like that. You get out and dry yourself. You look over, and your clothes are just gone.
Good thing I have spare clothing.
I was going to say, however, hung up. There are two things hung up. One, actually, both of these two things are white bathrobe. Like, how do I put it? They're white, sort of like they look like towels, but they're also dressing gowns. Like they're white dressing gown bathrobes that are also look like as if they're made out of similar material to towels. There's also
I don't know how
sandals, flip flops made out of like soft fluff.
I don't. Nah, I'm too impatient. I'm just gonna get my other gi on. The one from the Land of the Sunken Moon.
Fair enough.
Opens portal, opens the wrong portals. Pinky sees you.
Yep.
To be fair, isn't Pinky in with like half of the stuff, and then you're clothes.
Yeah, she's technically in. I'll put in the bathrobes, get in there, take my other clothes out, and then walk out.
She's just like playing on the video games, like on the gaming PC, and she just like looks over, sees you, and is like, "Oh hey, wait, what?" And then you just disappear, like you're just out. You dress up into your gold and black gi. You still notice like a bit of the sort of battle damage from like when obviously you fought against your Kyger in it and stuff, but it's still pretty good. You sort of go out. Felix, you're sort of still meditating. Do you loudly announce that you're going to dinner?
I won't loudly. I will announce, however, that I am going to dinner.
Fair enough. Do you head off with him, Felix?
I think Felix is just gonna spend more time meditating.
Fair enough.
Thinking on the amount of people he's had to kill. Yeah.
I guess roll willpower of mind, I guess.
Okay, so d20 plus 10.
Yeah. And then Aldous and Fletcher, are you going to head off, or are you going to stay doing what you're doing?
I would like to roll perception to see from where I am, can I make out like places of interest?
Yes, you can roll perception for that. And Aldous, what are you doing?
He's still sleeping. It's been a long day, and Aldous is a slightly older gentleman.
Oh, you've like straight up just gone to sleep.
Pretty much. Like it started out as just a power nap, that's kind of like has progressed slightly further than that.
Okay, only an arcade goes.
As they often do.
Yeah.
Fletcher, you're not really noticing too much. You're sort of like looking at. You do see all sorts of things. You see the hospital from where you are. You see the massive, like castle palace looking thing. And you see a few other things of interest, but nothing really takes your eyes too much. You're just looking all around. It is just quite overwhelming. Felix, you do get to roll for your your D10 for your powers. Anarcho, you go off and go down, and there is, to one of a better term, literally anything that you can think of is in this like sort of like breakfast, or no, this sort of like this buffet, this nighttime buffet. You even at one point just think, man, this place has everything except, and then like you just look, and on a plate, the thing that you think of is just there on the plate.
Cool. Anarchy's just going to grab a bit of everything on a massive plate.
Fair enough. You stack it up high and eventually just bring it down, sort of like balancing it, placing it onto the table. With your fairly decent dexterity, you're able to do so, placing it onto the table. You've got like a knife and fork and everything. And I want to point out that there are a few people who are like, you know, fine wining and dining and stuff like that. And there's just you in a fucking gi that's a little dirty. You sat down. It's just a pile of food.
Yep. Alright.
Living like a king.
Exactly. He's gonna get one of those things and, you know, well, no, he's gonna pick up the knife and fork and I guess start digging into his food.
Fair enough. It is exactly how you imagine it. It is perfect in every way. It is absolutely delicious. Every morsel that you cram into your face, every smackerel, it is just brilliant.
Dark is thinking, damn, I need to be rich more often.
Your stomach is jealous that your mouth gets to taste it first. Is the way is a way to say this. And quite frankly, it is nice to have a decent meal that both reminds you of home, but also reminds you of every place you've ever been where you have enjoyed the food. And as you eat this, there is very little that you really have to reflect on, as this whole banquet just takes you away into Flavor Town.
Nice.
When you sort of finish up with the whole thing, you are stuffed beyond compare. This is the fullest you've felt in a long time.
You know, he'll cross his knife and fork on the plate once he's done. He'll just probably take a couple of minutes to just, you know, feel comfortable, and then eventually he'll make his way back to his room.
A lot of people are looking at you, just staring at you.
Oh, he doesn't care.
No. As you walk off proudly. You eventually get back into your room. Felix is still just, you know, sitting there meditating. Roll me another meditation roll. Spirit. Sorry, not spirit. Mind.
Mind. I mean, it's the same modifier.
You know what I meant.
I'm just saying.
Roll the big numbies. Yep, get that D10 rolling. Nice. You eventually like head off into your bed, which, by the way, is incredibly soft and comfy. Do you like wear?
Yeah. Are my clothes back, or are they still gone?
By the way, to let you know this, they're perfectly clean, dried, and ready for you, just folded up neatly on the side.
Oh,
but
nice.
Not in the same location they were placed down in.
No, well, fair enough. Anarcho won't put them on. He'll leave them for tomorrow. He'll probably just sleep in his gi.
Fair enough. Felix, do you eventually take to sleeping?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's important.
And Fletcher, you have the option of sleeping. Yeah, you don't need to sleep, but you can if you wish.
If you stay up, you'll probably have a talk with Fergus. The option to say.
Yeah, at least if you sleep, you don't know he's creepily staring and watching you.
Or if you sleep, does he get to communicate with you?
He
staying
sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
He knows when you've been bad or good. So
Something
do
different
so
than
do
say.
do what he wants, for goodness sake.
I mean, he's
Oh,
less
the
Kris
med-
Kringle, more Santa Slay with the SLAY.
I would say more Krampus.
Yeah, but You've seen Santa Sleigh, the trailer for that. That is pretty much
Yeah.
like that. That's pretty much Fergus.
I mean, Fergus at least gives deals.
Deals at reasonable
He
prices.
just slays.
So yeah, I think that's everyone. Everyone is going to have a long rest.
Can I do Dreams of Adamite then?
Well, you said that you wanted to do it, but then you said to me
I wanna-
that you were already asleep. So
Oh, but I said I was going to take a nap, and then I said because I'm going to take a nap, can I do it? You said wait till later because you're going to take a long rest. So can I do it?
I'm going to say no because you're still in the
Oh,
same
come on!
consciousness of sleeping. I'm kidding.
come
I'm
on!
kidding. Don't mess with me, Sam. I can take it away in just a snap of my fingers. No, yeah.
I mean,
you're
it's not going to get it anyway because I have to get
Well, I mean,
25.
you're going to get it anyway because you didn't roll it.
I know. Let's be honest. I have to get a 15. Knowing my
No,
luck.
you'll be fine. See?
I did.
Yay!
So,
Yay.
what exactly does this
Get
do
a
again?
vision. Yeah, it just gives me a vision.
Just
something.
gives you a vision. And
I think it's pretty much whatever you want to show me. If you just want to show me, usually it's vision of location of Animite / powerful stone.
okay. So you sleep.
Yeah.
You go to sleep. You put you put your stuff down, and you hold in your hands the Animite stone that you were given earlier by Fletcher. And you sort of hold it in your hands as you retire to bed, hoping to just have a nap, but you then fall into a deep sleep. As you do this, you sort of like have a few different dreams, but one becomes very strange, and it's almost like as if you yourself are falling through like a tunnel, similar to when you teleport through the Anemon portal that is created by the ongoers. But this time it is dark, and small windows of reality open up before you, showing you a few different visions, but you never see these visions clear enough to know what they are until eventually one opens up and you fall through into it. As you see something that has been sort of vexing you for the last couple of days, which is you see Fergus. As he says to Fletcher a couple of things, and Fletcher then says to him, what if I'm not the one who comes up with a plan to find you and attack you? What, are you going to stop me? Are you going to turn me against them as soon as they try to attack you? And he just says, no, I'm not going to bother with all that. Not at all. Quite frankly, if your friends come up with some kind of plan to fight me, I'll let you fight. Quite frankly, I'll let you fight against me, I don't care. But it's if you come up with a plan, and you're the one who instigates it, that's then when I'm going to take a stand, and you've broken our contract. Fletcher then replies, well, then why not? Why is it that I'm not allowed to attack back until my friends are the ones who come up with the plan? So you're saying that we are allowed to come and find you and attack you? You know that they'd probably come and kill you. Fergus then replies, they're welcome to try. A couple more minutes of discussion later that are sort of just not really massively placed. You then see Fergus then allow Fletcher to leave, in which he does as he phases through the ground and disappears. But this focus of this vision does not show you Fletcher any longer, it shows you Fergus. As he sort of just stands up and he begins sort of walking around just a little bit in this sort of area, this construction site. He then disappears from that area. But the thing is, it doesn't just end there. The vision closes off for a second, and then it then opens to another location. And then Fergus then appears in that location. He looks around, and it seems as though it is some kind of destitute area, like a destroyed location in the middle of a desert. and he begins sort of like looking around and wondering to himself, only to like walk up, and you just start seeing the vision showing you just on the horizon of where he's looking into is a massive like vacant city. It looks like it's been around for hundreds, if not a couple thousand years, and it's just completely destitute. He then just sort of snaps his fingers, the portal opens, and it sort of then reveals Warhead, as he then goes, "Come on then, let's get to work." And then the vision disappears. You think that it's going to end there, only for it to then open again to another location. Fergus appears there again, but again, you always seem to land just before Fergus appears in this location. And it shows you him again, only this time when he snaps his fingers and a portal opens, a woman steps out carrying a blade of what seems to be some kind of strange sickly purple that shines almost as if it's covered in oil. He says the exact same words. She then follows him, but this time they're in the middle of a city that seems as though it's very similar to Iris City. Your vision disappears and it reappears again in another location, one that you are not familiar with, one that seems to be with a few different other individuals holding different types of weapons that look very similar to that of katanas, and some of them are wearing special types of clothing. You're not quite sure what this place is, but you then see him appear yet again, and again he snaps his fingers and another portal opens, and this time a woman steps out of it with very long, special type of sort of a silvery grey hair, as he then says the exact same words that he said to Warhead and the exact same words that he said to the previous female individual. Key for key, point for point. And again, one last vision shows you another one. This time, he appears in a odd-looking mountain range. As he stands forth this mountain range, he's looking over at a huge mountain. And again, snaps his fingers, another portal opens, and this time, stepping forth from it, is again an individual that you don't recognize, but just another individual. And he says to them the exact same words that he said to Warhead, as they again move forward and go on. The vision begins to end.
Okay. Do you recognize any of the locations he was in?
Roll me world knowledge for all.
Can I use?
Go on.
Never mind.
No, go on. What were you going to say?
I was going to. Could I use World Traveler?
You can use World Traveler. Oh, wait. Do you have Tradesperson with World Traveler?
Yeah, that's the one thing I do have with World Traveler.
Okay, yeah, you are allowed to roll World Traveler then. You can only roll it 3 times because you do not recognize the Land of the Sunken Moon.
Okay.
You do not recognize the last one, but you do recognize the 2 first ones. The desert one is the desert country of Emjanar Linear. As a matter of fact, you recognize them because those ancient ruins are places within the old cities of the desert country, known as Emjanar Linear. The second one that you see is definitely Iris City. And then the third one, have no idea like what those mountains are or what those mountain ranges could be. And as I said, the third one, you're not too sure. Again, you've never been to that location before.
Do I recognize where roughly the first one would be in Emjanar Linear, considering that I'm assuming I saw the deserted city?
Let me have a look.
So it's things like you can vaguely, I guess, because I know what that is in relation to this.
Yeah, sure. Let me have a look under my notes for this.
No worries. See, Fletcher, we might get him yet.
It's happening again. The Felix Fletcher thing continues.
I thought I got away with it. I thought I did.
No, you didn't. You'll never get away with
you'll
it.
never
If
go
I
away.
can't get away with it, I don't think anyone else
I
can.
feel like I'm one of the few people who hasn't had this issue.
Oh, because you play, Felix.
Yeah. Although to be fair, I think you got it wrong.
It has to happen at least once per session.
Exactly.
Just
better
like
than
the two
be me.
berries.
Oh, 2 berries is always at least 7 per session.
Oh, there was one where it never happened at all.
Really?
A myth.
Yeah.
Must have-
That's what that's
And
called.
D20s and
Myth.
dice rolls too, just to see how many 2 berries I get. I
Really?
0 2 berries in that roll.
Merely
Fair.
legend. Merely legend. I'm just having a look. You. Ooh, okay. You don't necessarily recognize it in the terms of any kind of value it has. You haven't been there before, but it is near to a place that you've been, and it is basically supposed to be like the ancient ruins that you saw there are an ancient ruined city, supposedly harboring nothing, as it was apparently destroyed up to 100 years ago, but it's been around for about over 500 to nearly 800 years. But it was destroyed during the War of the Legends, almost like 80 years ago.
And do you recognize where in Irish City that one was?
Where in Irish City? Just anywhere in Irish City.
Okay, never mind. Okay. Well, hey, we've got plot points now. After we got Fletcher. After we got Fletcher all healed up, we've got plot points now.
All three of you who did actually go to sleep wake up. Fletcher, you stayed up doing who knows what.
Long rest fully heal us, right?
Long rest will heal you, yeah.
Okay.
As all of you now awaken, you get up, get ready, do whatever you need to do. As you've been informed already, you will be able to stay here for up to basically the same time that you checked in, which was around about 5-ish. So you can stay here for until about 5-ish, and then that's when you'll have to leave. You can have breakfast and you can have lunch, which you've already prepaid for.
After breakfast, Felix would ask Anaka if he'd go into the pocket dimension and work on some chemistry pills.
Sure, you might want to take it out of there and do it in the room, though, because it won't work in my pocket dimension, because everything you make will technically undo itself, so...
Before Aldous went to breakfast, he'd level up his stones.
Wait, level up all his stones, did you just say?
Oh, his one stone.
I was going to
His
say you
light.
only have one.
I know, but it's like saying his stones, because it sounds kind of funny.
It also sounds like you don't know what you're doing.
No, I know, he's leveling up his flight stone.
What level is it at the moment?
5, and I've got 2,000 odd XP, so I'll go to level 10.
Yes, yeah. It will take 1,300 XP, yeah. So you can figure out what levels that particular stone is. Yeah, so what did you want to work on, Felix?
The chill pill and the sleep pill.
Okay, roll for the first one and then the second one.
Okay. 20 plus 10, because of course it is. The first one is a 17. That succeeds.
Awesome. And then the second one.
Yep. 20 plus 10. That also succeeds.
Awesome. I'm going to say roll me a d4 for each.
Okay.
And that will be how many of those separate things you make.
4 for
Four?
the first one, and 4 for the second one.
Damn, okay, so you got four. You got 4 of each.
4.
Nice.
Chill pill and what is it? Chill pill and sleeping pill.
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah, you got 4 of each.
Okay.
I'd like you to roll me a willpower disadvantage, please.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
Felix, what is your vice?
Yes. Okay. Lower is the 4 plus 8, so 12.
Oof, okay, yeah, you're fine. You make these and you sort of like, I could just, just take one just to test.
I mean, I got the max amount.
I mean, I could, but then you just think. Then again, I don't really need to, and then you just put them either in your pocket or you just put them somewhere.
Yeah, they're on my person.
Okay. Yeah, that being done and said, Fletcher, what are you doing?
Fletcher is pondering how free he really is from Fergus. He wasn't very specific. Yeah, Barry. And then he will probably see what everyone else is up to, considering it's like, oh, all this is left.
Fair enough. Eventually, do you guys just convene back at one of the rooms, or do you just like stay separate for the rest of the day until like you have to leave at 5?
I mean, we might as well.
Yeah, get our money's worth.
Yeah.
Fair enough. By the way, Anarche, since you're definitely pondering around this place,
Yes,
you found out that
it's
there's
fresh,
a
clean
gym,
ghee.
a spa, a pool, all sorts.
Wait, there's a spa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm using that.
So you go off there and sort of like there's like sauna, steam room, masseuse, all sorts of things that you can just go there and enjoy. Yeah, Felix, you're just like hard at work making, your drugs. Aldous, what are you
Breaking Bad theme, please.
Aldous, you're you've now completed the stone. It's taken you a couple of hours after breakfast, but you've now completed the stone. Leveling up and so on.
I will probably tell Fletcher what I saw.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, I won't tell Fletcher, because that'd be a bad thing, because who knows what he might have, considering what I saw. I'll probably try and find the others.
Okay.
20.
You eventually find Felix. You go to knock on his door, and he eventually opens the door.
Smoke clearing out of the room as there's like aromas of.
There is a strange aroma in the air. I want to point that out. Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Need some pills.
Yes.
Can I help you?
Do you need something?
Yes, I had a vision last night of where to go. Of where he might be.
Alright. This seems like a group discussion, not just a you and me discussion.
Yes, but I'm not sure if we should tell Fletcher.
Fair enough. Should we go find Anarche?
I think we should, yes.
Roll investigation, both of you.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Let's see.
Just give me 2 seconds.
It's just a flat D20.
Getting all the numbers written down.
Fair enough.
The bot has decided to leave.
I mean, it's questioning. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
It's
I don't know about this, Felix. You seem to be the one who rolls the dice a lot.
Oh, no, it decided. Yeah.
I decided a 15.
Yeah.
The dice has decided.
I think it was just
15.
I think it was just in shock because this is the first time that you've rolled something in quite some time that was that wasn't either with modifiers. It was the longest time that you've actually said like, oh yeah, I'll roll a d20 without all of these modifiers. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't for the audiences. Well, it's not like this.
Oh God.
Oh,
That is so
Okay.
dirty. Aldous, you have no
Yeah.
idea where Anake is, but Felix, you eventually find Spa, and you just go, well, I guess let's check. You go through, and you eventually just see, like, Anake, what are you doing right now, Anake? What's going on?
Feel like he's in the sauna.
You see him in the sauna. He's just in, like, basically a towel and a bathrobe, just in the sauna, soaking it up. All of the lovely hot air.
Well, in you go, Aldous.
I mean, he is in a bathrobe, isn't he? Sorry, priest attire.
Yeah.
and he is an elderly gentleman. You tend to find them there.
And that's he goes in and then he never comes out again because he finds out that maybe Animate isn't the real heaven, but this is.
What? Hang on a second. How old is Aldous? I completely forget.
He's like 40, 45 odds.
Oh, okay.
So he's like old enough.
You make it sound like as if he was like 80 or something. Oh, come on, old man.
That's what Aldous feels like. He feels like he's in the
Yeah.
face.
I mean, he feels like he's in his 80s. He has traveled the world, and his knees are probably pretty screwed.
I mean,
Even with
IRL, I'm 20 and I feel like I'm in my 80s.
yeah, imagine a man in his 40s nowadays,
No,
especially in the world that he lives in.
All right.
But no,
all
he
right.
he will go in, and I'm try and find him, I guess.
You do see him like pretty quickly because when you open the door, like the steam just escapes out and you just see Anake just lying there.
Oh no, my steam. Oh,
I mean,
there you go.
does he at least have a towel on him?
Yeah, he does have like a towel and a sort of a robe on him. More specifically
I've-
on his bottom half than anything else.
I mean, I prefer on the bottom half over the top half.
Yeah, I think everyone
Only
would.
a
Yeah.
towel on the top half. Anyway.
Okay.
Felix's glasses are just fogged up.
Yeah.
He can't see shit.
kind of
Oh, hey guys.
Nake, I had a
Yes.
vision last night, and I think I know where Fergus is. Or at least a few locations he might return to.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. You didn't hit me at the best time for critical thinking.
Well, I just wanted to. We're gonna have a group discussion at some point, but without Fletcher. I'm uncertain just how much of a control he has over him, considering what I saw.
Okay.
Shall we leave you and come back at a better time?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll set a schedule for before we leave. Then we'll have a discussion.
Cool. Within the last 30 minutes.
Yes, then that's our best.
well,
And I'll leave.
you head off. You leave.
Felix
Eventually,
accidentally bumps into a wall because he can't see.
I will grab Felix's arm and walk him out.
I want to point out, Anake, after the sauna, where do you go from there?
Ooh. He's gonna do
You
the
mean after?
reverse. He's gonna go and hit the gym.
Fair enough.
Oh no.
Yeah,
He's
he's on
gonna
the.
become sweaty.
Yeah, he's done the reverse. Oh, that's his excuse though. He hits the gym for an hour and then goes back to the sauna.
You head off there and you sort of go to the gym, sort of work out. You're sort of in there for a little while, and eventually you have it that someone comes up to you dressed in a really fine and fancy uniform and just goes, "Excuse me, sir, are you Mr. Anake?"
Yes.
You have an invoice, sir. A certain individual would like to speak with you.
Sure.
Please, right this way, sir.
Put the weights down.
Put the 1-ton weights down.
Yep.
Walks out of the gym. You eventually brought in front of Humoriel. Hey! It's been a while, and by a while it's almost been less than 24 hours, but never mind. Hello!
Oh, hey.
Well, I have got some fabulous news.
Which is...
Oh, right. So, it seems as though they will be willing to just listen to you and hear you out, but of course, there are going to be 2 conditions.
Right.
First, you will show them the book of Animite Tales. Second, you must inform me before you go there exactly what it is that you want to discuss with them. I said that it might be something to do with one of the current laws, but it was not specific for the sake of the protection of your journey.
Cool. Okay. Looking around, how many people are around us at the moment?
There's a couple of people going here and there, just walking in and out.
We should probably find somewhere a bit more private, if that's alright.
Of course. As he's like walking alongside you, he goes, "So, how's the old girl treating you?"
It's pretty nice. Sauna's good.
I've never been here myself. Actually, one of the other angels is actually the owner of this place. He was the founder of this kind of place. He's quite nice for it. Actually, he actually owns one of the main places. Well, he also created this place, so I guess he kind of owns the whole thing. But either way, he's an enjoyer for the finer things. I'm actually surprised that you haven't met him around here yet. And again, he must be on the job.
Huh? Well, fair enough. He's done a good job. But yes, the things I wish to discuss, I have, well, 2. One is a means in which to resurrect my companion Fletcher,
Right.
as he is currently under control of someone who has reanimated him, and has been too dead for the conventional resurrection means to work. The other is I need a possible device in hunting down a certain group of husks.
Ooh, wow. You want to hunt down a certain group of husks. Might I wonder why?
They took something from me, and they're kind of just a pain anyway. Well, these specific husks anyway are a pain.
Nope, say no more. Well, I'm pretty sure that the council will be happy to hear whatever you have to say. I'm pretty sure that that's fine. I'll go and speak to them just now, just to make sure that the arrangements are fine, but of course, I'm going to just need a little bit more time. If they like it, you might even be able to squeeze in an appointment tonight.
Oh, nice.
Well,
sounds good.
It is an Animite tale that you're, flaunting around here. That kind of stuff doesn't come around too often. There's only 20 of them in the entire world, for crying out loud.
Indeed.
Well, I'll skidoodle and skedaddle. And he just, disappears. He just heads off really quickly.
Alright, see ya. Alright, back to the sauna.
A few more hours pass. Does anyone do anything in the last 2 hours? Other than, I'm assuming, eat lunch at some point.
I mean, Felix is kind of just focusing on, building his stockpile back up.
Fair enough.
So, essentially, he's relaxing.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, we could always have the discussion with lunch.
Yeah, but then we have to exclude Fletcher from lunch, and
Yeah, but he doesn't eat anyway.
I mean,
You've only found out he's been undead for less than 24 hours, and you're already discriminating against him.
I just prejudiced against him now.
exactly.
You undead zombie.
That's why we're resurrecting him. We just can't stand it.
Felix doesn't like to leave Fletcher out of things, especially considering kind of the only other original member of the party.
Yeah, fair.
I might ask Fletcher. I don't know. I might just might ask Fletcher actually. Would it be okay for me to make a power stone out of him?
Make a power stone out of him.
Yes. Or
No.
just mostly just for the in case he does die and we have to find a way to revive him that makes him human. We can at least give him his powers back.
I mean, do you want to broker that kind of conversation with him?
Oh yes.
Okay.
I mean,
So how would you feel if I turned you into a rock?
No, not bad. Like,
How does this go down? Let's do this. Let's do the uppy of how this is going down.
I was saying, well, it'd probably be in the bedroom or like in like the our apartment complex bed.
Yes, yeah.
In the bedroom, you say.
Hey.
yeah. If you're going to turn me into a rock, that's going to be a bit of stiff competition you got there.
Rock hard.
You're gonna rock his world.
Alright, that sounds more like sex now. Hang on.
Alright, let's not beat around the bush. Show me the stones.
I would say it's a bit lively, but it kind of isn't.
Yeah.
Fletcher, can I ask you something?
Yes, Aldous, what's up?
Remember the way I used Rakia's power to give you that eye?
Oh yes, I'm still very grateful for this.
Can I ask, would it be possible, could I borrow some of your blood? So I may make a power stone out of it?
You want my blood?
Yes.
I'm afraid that's not going to be possible, my friend.
You don't have blood?
It's all gone bad.
It's
tired.
it's all gone.
I mean, he definitely. I
There's
want to point
nothing.
out, you definitely have blood. It's just that you don't take bleed damage because you don't die from being drained.
Shush.
It's kind of coagulated and really disgusting looking.
That's all, that would be enough.
Problem is, it may also be the only thing still keeping my powers attached to my body.
Can I roll power
Even-
knowledge?
I was going to say, Fletcher, you also need to roll power knowledge because I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Fergus mentioned it, but
No, Fergus never mentioned it.
Okay. I should roll power knowledge to see if that sounds any way true to me.
Aldous, you got a 22, is that?
Oh yes.
You know that dead people can have their powers stolen from them. You don't know about undead. You know of that what he's talking about, but in this particular case it's very unique because he's undead. In fact, you know that you can take powers from the dead. You've done it once before yourself, but you don't know how it works for the undead. Because this is a very rare circumstance for you to be able to speak with an undead and ask permission to basically take a copy of their powers, not take the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, that would... Fletcher, if for some reason you do lose your powers, don't worry, I can give them back. To be honest, this is actually is quite an interesting inquiry. This has never happened before, as far as I know.
Yeah, well, you can see my, maybe a little bit of hesitance. Give me some time to think about it.
That's alright.
And I will I'll kind of whisper I'll ask an animate, does that sound okay? To if I ever do to blood transfuse it with Fletcher's powers.
Sorry, you ask what?
I ask one of the animate stones I have, would it be okay to blood transfuse it with Fletcher's powers? To give it a speciality.
You get no response.
It's like, nah, I don't.
Well,
use me
I
in
don't-
question. No.
Nah, sorry, it just replies to you. Yo, what's up, Daddy-O? That sounds mega messed up, innit? No, they don't speak.
I don't want none of that zombie's blood in me.
That's what I mean. It doesn't actually say. It doesn't give off a negative beep.
It doesn't give anything off. The stone changes nothing. It does not make any other changes to itself.
So it's
whatsoever.
indifferent, so you could do it.
Yeah.
I want to point out,
Instead of asking
you
the
never,
stone,
you never get
ask
the
the
stone's
chunk.
change frequency at all whenever you ask them questions.
I know, but I like to think. They do. Even you like the thing when you think you hear sounds that aren't correct. Whenever I hear a song, I think I get the wrong lyrics, even though the lyrics are quite
You
clearly.
hear nothing different. You can interpret it however you'd like.
Exactly. But oh yeah.
I see, Animite. You want me to kill them all?
Ah, yes.
Soon, my pet. Soon I will feed you the world.
Murder them all. Every last one of them.
What's that, Dynamite? Kill them all? You then just finally hear it say, "Dude, what the fuck? No."
Yeah, Animite wouldn't want me
Anyway.
to kill them. Why else would I
Anyway.
give them these weird powers?
What do you
So
want?
that
for
it can
lunch?
have it
The
itself.
souls of the innocent. A bagel. No.
2 bagels.
Yeah, so you head off and you go to the secret dinner meeting with the other two. You all convene, all three of you. Anarche and Felix relaxed AF.
Should I roll another?
Yeah, I'll say you can roll another 2.
Okay.
2 willpowers and see what happens.
Two willpowers. Okay. Like, nerve or willpower? I want to make sure.
No, willpower. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you were sort of trying to relax. Yep, that's a success. And
And
nope.
Oh no! The chain is broken.
The stress is caught up.
Stress.
Just rummaging
it's
around in
all
his
at once.
pockets. Grabs one of the chill pills.
The last thing that you see in your mind when you're like just trying to meditate is just like Smithy just dying by your hands, and that just sort of jolts you, because you also, when you see that, there's something else. The intrusive thoughts begin to invade into your mind as you not only see that and your hands covered in blood, you then sort of see when you picked up your youngest daughter and she's now covered in the blood of Smithy, and then you sort of like wake, sort of like a jolt, like no. Okay, no, it's not real. Calm down.
I do think out of stress, Felix would take one of the pills.
Yes, fair enough. Which one are you taking?
Well, it'd be the chill pill.
Fair enough. Roll me a d4.
Yep. D4. God.
What?
Fair enough.
Oh!
No, I don't think anyone's gotten anything other than a 4 on a d4.
I think.
yeah.
Let me roll another just to make sure. Yeah. Something's wrong.
Yeah, we just constantly keep getting forward. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, so for 4.
Finally.
1d4 turns.
Yeah, so that's 1d4 turns. So before we get into that, the first thing I'm going to ask you is roll 1d10.
Okay. I don't know why I put the 1 before the d10, but
Okay. The next thing I'm going to ask you to roll is, because of the way that your abilities work. Is it, by the way, is it times 2 or is it a d20 instead of a d10?
For the chill pill
For
thing?
for Vice.
For Vice. Let me scroll
I'm pretty
down.
sure it's a D20. But
That'd be... Yeah, it's a d20.
So roll me 4 d20s, and whatever that is, that's the amount that you're increasing your stockpile to, because this is over the span of those 4 minutes. Yep.
42.
Yep, so you've maxed out.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, damn! Oh, there's 2 berries in there.
Because that is you committing to your vice. Normally, before you got to level 10, it would have just been 4 d10s, but because of the vice, it's now 4 d20s. But yeah, so that's what you got.
During this lunch, Felix is just blitzed out.
Oh no, you finally, like, because that was during the last hour. So you're fine now, but you are like bulked out. Well, you're not bulked up, but like you are maxed out on your stockpile. You're all sitting there, convening. Aldous, as the 3 of you have sat down with all of your different foods, what do you say?
What about Aldous?
Aldous?
yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what to say. I don't suppose any of these have a map on your hand devices.
I'm sure we can pull up one, yes.
I mean, we also have phones. We could just use those.
Yeah, we also opens up the equivalent to like Google Maps.
Yeah.
It's Giggle Maps.
Giggle.
Sure, guys. I think that's an anime thing. Giggle.
Instead of the brand Apple, it's just two berries. That's the
Yeah,
brand.
it's berries, man.
Berries.
Two berries.
And I will essentially try to find where the deserted fortress was, or the deserted city, and like point at it.
Just outside of the city is one of the spots I saw. He went there, and there's a deserted building that he went into, and he called out to Warhead, and he came.
Wait, he already went into it.
Yes.
Then he's already gonna have what he wants, right?
He didn't seem to get anything out of it, though.
I want to point out, all you saw was him standing outside of the city and him going towards the city.
I thought it was in a building or something.
No, he didn't. No, he wasn't in a building. He was in a building during the time that he was in Huskonia. He then appeared outside of a city in Emjinar Linear, the one that you're talking about, and it's a destroyed and a deserted city. A destroyed, deserted desert city.
Yes, but perhaps we can find something Perhaps we can find something in there.
Maybe. It's quite distant, though. Well, I guess we can get there immediately, but...
Now, after we find a way to fix Fletcher, of course.
Is that all you got from your dream, then? Is that it?
No, there's an...
What was the other place again?
Besides
Avarice City.
a mountain range. You can roll history to see if you can describe the third area.
I will try to.
Okay.
Should we roll history to try and see if we know it, or would that be?
I mean, the way that he describes it sounds like somewhere. I mean, I can either give it to you, or you can try and roll intelligence.
I mean, to be fair, Joe, anywhere sounds like somewhere.
All right, just roll intelligence.
Yeah, let's roll. Yeah.
I'm going to say with advantage since he got a 20.
Okay, so it's flat intelligence, right?
Yep. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
17.
Yay!
Yeah, Anarchy, you have no clue. But, Felix, that sounds like the land of the sunken moon. However, Anarchy, you kind of question it. In fact, you question it kind of like, now hold on a minute. Just because they have katanas and fairly decent robes doesn't mean that it's the land of the sunken moon.
Yeah, just because you saw Cloak in the vision randomly in the background.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's...
Just because I saw a sign saying "Land of the Sunken" something, I didn't see all of it. Doesn't mean it's
Yeah,
Land of the
you
Sunken
don't know how
Moon.
many street names there are like that.
Yeah, Land of the Sunken Sun.
I mean,
you know?
there's actually that one place, or that one road, so I mean, you know...
Just because you saw Yolkiger's head just on the mountain.
Yeah, that they've, like, implanted on it doesn't mean it's there. Could have been anywhere.
And what was the other place? What was the middle
Avarice
place? Avarice City.
The other one was Irish City, which again you described.
Do I know
and
what street?
No, I mean you can try to roll history to describe it.
Okay.
That street in
It's
other
right
places-
next to the Muffin House.
Yeah!
Both of you are going to have to roll me disadvantage. Actually, wait. Suburbanite, you're allowed to roll normally. Narca, you have to roll disadvantage.
And again, that's
that-
just flat intelligence.
Yes, it's just flat intelligence.
Okay.
Come on, 20.
Not only do you know where that is, you actually have been there. It's not too far from where you used to live, or you know where your apartment is. It's actually not too far from there, to be fair.
It's the street where my car was randomly turned into a statue.
No!
Yeah, although it is kind of sounding like as if it's near that sort of hospital area. But you're like wondering, like you can't really think of anywhere that like might be of any use there. But I mean, again, like Irish City is a big place. It has a couple of fairly famous superheroes and you know of people who live there that are quite powerful or quite strong or have interesting abilities, but again, you couldn't narrow it down because again, that just seems like to be an impossible journey. But yeah, either way, yes, yeah, that's definitely Ira City.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
the city that I live in. Yep.
Yeah, the one last one is the mountain range. You're going to have to roll me disadvantage on history, Aldous, because you got a natural 1 with this one.
Let's say
2 berries.
Good luck, everyone.
4.
Disadvantage on this one.
Yep.
Nope.
5.
It doesn't sound. I mean, again, like it could be the mountain range here. Could be the mountain range in Husconia. Could be the mountain range that separates Iris City to Girison. Hell, there's even a couple of mountains in the Land of the Sunken Moon, and those are just to name a few that you guys know about. There are a minimum of 5 mountain ranges that you guys have all known about or been to, and that's just of the current knowledge that you have of mountains and mountain ranges. So that's incredibly vague. It's like I just go like, so there's a grassland. Yes, Joe, there's 1,000 different grasslands in all of the countries in the world. That's not specific. Like,
Oh.
you know, the one with the buildings. Every one of them has buildings.
I've seen another planet with grass on, so I mean,
It
not
could
really.
be that building. Yeah.
It could be that. Yeah.
Could be that universe, I guess.
Alright. Well. Okay. So we know possible locations that sounds like he's been to rather than is going to. So I mean, we could check these out, but it seems a bit like a wild goose chase. And also, which one would we even start at?
Well, it's like, it might not be that he's been there. It might be that he's going to be there.
Where in the world is Fergus?
Yeah.
San Diego.
Fergus and Warhead.
It seems a bit hard to believe your visions can see into the future. I'm gonna be honest.
You do dynamite?
Yes.
I don't know why, but I imagine that he's got like the finger pyramid. Like I don't know why, but when he's doing it, he's like, I doubt that you have the ability to see into the future. You doubt Animite, and I just for some reason I imagine that he's got like the finger pyramid in front of his face, and it just turns into like the pointing fingers are like, yes.
Yes.
Not in front of Felix's salad. Don't insult his god.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I just have my doubts.
Yet you have the power to transcend dimensions, and you doubt its ability to see into the future?
Yes.
You are aware that you are aware that you are aware that it has a power to travel in time and space. Why wouldn't it be able to show me the future?
I mean, it just seems a bit odd, that's all.
Narke's more of a seer.
Yeah.
Transdimensional.
You're telling me a lot of things. I haven't seen
teleportation.
it.
It's something that they
If only.
literally do.
Yeah.
Seeing into the future. Narke's never experienced it, therefore it can't be real.
Exactly.
And you know what?
I mean,
I like that close-mindedness.
He's literally seen me look into the past. Why wouldn't I be able to look into the future?
Again, he
Well,
doesn't,
you
he
know.
doesn't know about that. Also,
You
the
know.
past has already happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure the party has come across many open-minded in the sense that
I want to point out, what is it? Like, Anarche doesn't even have, do you even have predictive will?
I mean, technically I do, but that's more less
That's more
seeing the future.
Yeah,
and
no,
more...
that's definitely not seeing the future.
That's guessing the future. That's like spider sense.
No, it's more like
it-
increasing one's instincts.
Even if it was like that, that's still not seeing the future.
That's more of a
Yeah, it
studying. That's more of a studying ability rather than seeing a definitive future. Considering that the predictive abilities isn't based on predicting the future. It's about knowing one's instinct and going, yeah, I'm going to trust my instinct and remove myself from this equation.
It's predicting the future for the next 5 seconds.
No, it's not. That's
It's
not how it works.
the probability matrix of the future.
No, that's not. That's not how it works.
For
Gluing
example,
it.
the spider sense doesn't even make spider sense doesn't see into the future. It just warns him there is possible
Oh,
danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, it actually does. It is canon that his spider sense can't technically.
Well,
see.
I don't care.
Whatever this case is, I don't believe it.
It actually is because one of his
Again,
clones who's
Sam,
got.
that's not how it works with this thing. That's not how that works.
I know.
I don't care
Anyway.
about Spider-Man. Kane is not Spider-Man.
Anyway, Connor brought
Well,
up,
what
and I
if
want to
he
prove him wrong. He's wrong.
If only Sam, if only he was an apostle, he would believe you.
Yeah, exactly.
Anarche doesn't believe to sticking to walls. He can't do it. Well, actually, Anarche can do it because Spider-Man did it one time. It's like, he's not based on spiders, Sam.
I mean, I'm sure,
Anarchy equals Spider-Man.
I'm sure Felix could stick to a wall if he wanted to.
I'm pretty sure we all could. We just put a foot in the wall and walk
Yeah.
up it like the.
Yeah.
Fletcher's done it many a time.
Anyway.
There's a possibility that he hasn't been to these places yet. That's what you're
There's a
telling me.
possibility. There's a possibility, is what I'm saying. I'm not certain. It wasn't. It was somewhat unclear to me. I can only understand so much of it.
Fair enough.
Is what I was saying.
Are there any other secret plans we want to talk about while we're here? So I can finally eat this sandwich.
Oh, you've already eaten.
No. This
No.
other
Whose
sandwich.
birthday's coming up?
You're eating the sandwich while you're saying no, it can't be. Fatima can't see the future. Nom nom.
No, can't be.
No, I don't believe it.
What? So you're going to? Is it today? You're going to show them the animate tome?
Possibly later today. I should hopefully be able to get a way to resurrect him and find a way to track down Arakia. So I need to remember, what's the name of the family called that we're hunting down? I kind of forgot.
The Wendigos?
What?
Practically the Wendigos, yeah.
No, they're called
The
the
Wendigos
I've got
or
it here.
something.
The Wendigo family.
The Wendigos.
Or the
It is
Wendigo
essentially the
family.
Wendigos.
The Wendigos?
Wendigo, go!
The Wendigos?
The Wendy's a go-go.
It's like
The Wendigo.
it's like a foreign name that everyone fucking pronounces wrong. It's just the Wendigos,
Yeah.
the Wendigos. It's supposed to be like a sort of a pun based on Wendigos and Diego. So Wendigo. Like
Where did he go?
when Diego when?
Where did he go?
When am I gonna get those pictures back? Huh, Diego? When, Diego? When? Anyway, yes. So the family name.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, the Wendigos.
You then just see like the again that's the same staff member that you saw earlier walk up and sort of take your plates, your finished plates. Is it okay if I just take these from you, sirs?
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
How was your meals?
It was very good.
Good, sir. Very good. He stacks the plates. Oh, pardon me, sir. There is also something else that I would like to discuss with you. It seems as though someone is wanting to look for you. Another invoice for Mr. Anarche.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Is it same place?
No, sir. I shall take you to them immediately. I just need to drop these plates off.
Oh, that's fine.
He then walks off and then places them on like a pile, like on a table where they have like stacked plates. He then comes back and he says, "Follow me, good sir, and sirs, if you would." I have been informed that there is a fourth in your party. Would you like to let them know, or would you like to just come with me?
I'll send him a message while we're on the way.
Very good, sir. How will you send that message?
Does Fletcher have a phone?
Yeah, I'm now reconsidering that fact. I don't think he has a phone, does he?
I mean, let's be honest,
You
if he
got
did, he
Yamba.
doesn't now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a band.
No.
Someone should probably go get him.
Give me a second.
I shall go get him.
Nah, it's quicker if I do it.
I can fly very fast.
I can literally walk through the dimensions to get him. Do you want to bet which one's faster?
And do you doubt Animite can
Gentlemen,
see
put them
future?
away.
No! I must.
I
I'm right.
can go get him. It might take a bit, but I.
Alright, no, I go.
Okay, how do you quote unquote go?
Portal.
Okay, roll. Also, I've been under the assumption the entire time that you're not in your warrior mode because obviously you
Yep.
slept. You do open a portal, and it's sort of like, you know, it turns into your Phantom Gate.
Wrong one. Close it.
Should I just go?
Second time the charm. See, second time the charm.
Open it
Always
again,
works.
Phantom Gate.
Ah, fuck's sake. Close the door.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, someone else go and get him.
Pardon me, sir.
I
Would you be trying to use some kind of spatial dimensional shift outside of this property?
Oh, you guys also have that, don't you?
Well, it's actually more of a safeguarding term and measurement, but actually the reason why we do this is not even on purpose entirely. It's because of the dimensions inside, allowing us to have a larger room in a smaller amount of property.
No,
That
yeah, that
could
makes
be
sense.
the reason why it's difficult, because technically there is no easy dimension to lock on to. If you were to try and leave this place using that ability, it would be easy, but to use it to transport to another room inside of the building? Almost impossible, sir.
Okay, you have a phone, right?
Yep.
Okay, I have a phone. I'll get Fletcher and stay in contact. Just tell us where you're going, and I will phone.
Cool.
Again, 1,000 apologies, sirs. I should have informed you sooner.
No, that's alright.
Alright,
I shall go look for this.
I just communicated that Felix was going to go look because he has a phone.
Yeah, we can stay in contact with Felix.
Yeah.
You're staying here, Aldous.
You have to stay with the heathen who doesn't believe in your god.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in the obvious.
You know what? You're about to use your ability and fly, and then then Olanaka goes as, I don't believe that Animite is even real, and then you just turn around like the biggest what the fuck face.
Every time you say that, a fairy dies.
You know what? I haven't seen it.
I don't believe in
It's not
it.
real.
Even though I've been shot with it before. Like,
Even though I literally have teleported to multiple locations thanks to it. Don't believe it.
Could I just... Probably really wants to gently just poke Anake with Animite and see just how he shrivels up like a doll.
You can certainly try.
He can physically touch it. I want to remind you of this. He can physically touch it.
I know,
It's
but
fine.
like with the, you know, with the pointy end. Like,
I will break your religion if you try this.
So should I roll investigation?
I
or-
mean, it's not the difficult thing. You get to the room, you find him, you let him know. He comes with you. It's we've made a very big deal out of a very small inconvenience.
Oh, because
a mountain out of a molehill.
it wouldn't be us if we couldn't do simple things.
Also, are you going to attempt to poke him with the quote-unquote pointy end of a chunk of anima? Okay.
You made a smart decision, sir.
Realizing the smartness of your decision, they continue. You eventually meet up with the staff member and the rest of the group. He then walks out with you, as he then walks out onto a large sort of garden balcony. And he stands there with all of you, sort of like guiding you out there, and he goes, "You have arrived, sirs."
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
There is no one except from the 5 of you out there.
Am I missing something?
Time to relax.
As a matter of fact,
Oh, okay.
sirs, you are. It wasn't Sir Hugh Mariel who actually invited you out here. It was myself.
No.
Again, 1,000
Do you need any
apologies, sir.
advice?
It's actually nothing. that I should really be ashamed of, but I should inform you that I myself have been wearing almost a disguise of sorts. My true name is Ignael, and I am one of the many angels that are known as the top of the top, the guardians of the council, and also I am known as the throne.
Aren't you the guy who made this place?
Absolutely, I'm the owner, but I do enjoy the indulgences of catering and helping others sometimes. I can't quite help myself, I'm afraid. I also enjoy a good old rest every now and again, but I do this for the sake and helping of the community.
He enjoys collecting those waiter tips.
My name, of course, is not just for show. I am also one of the commandments known as reticence. But, as you can call me, you may call me Igniel if you wish.
Okay.
I have been summoned to help you in this endeavor to get to the council. I will be your official escort. Hugh Moriel is waiting for you at the council as well, but I was told to be the one to escort you personally.
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it.
As for the rest of you, do you say anything?
I don't think Felix really has anything meaningful to say.
Fair enough.
Just kind of stands there and nods, you know.
I want to point out, this individual who's been walking with you and talking with you, this stuff, he doesn't have wings. Unlike a lot of other people around here, he does not have wings at all.
Who needs wings to fly?
No, he's just been talking. He's not flying either. He's been walking, serving you guys. He's been giving you drinks, like bringing you like water or any other kind of drink that you want. He took away your plates and your cutlery and everything like that. He has been waiting on you basically hand and foot throughout most of this.
We just got the good service.
You got the good service, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He then just says, "Very well then, sirs. I shall escort you immediately." He then bows, and then his entire body begins to glow as he begins to become a ball of light. Then, as he floats up, you then hear a voice going, "And now, I shall take you." The platforms beneath your feet begin to move and rumble as the grass patches that you're actually standing on, turns out that they're growing grass as they're holding chunks as they pick you up, and you're floating thanks to some animatology. Then, as you begin floating up out of the way of the hotel, 3 giant rings of ion fly towards you and then lock on around this ball of light. You then hear the voice echoing out to you saying, "Now, we must not waste time." And you begin floating over to the destination of the Grand Palace that you saw earlier. As you get there, you are brought before a large door that opens. The plating allows you to slip off of it gently onto the floor, and they begin to return back from whence they came. The grand giant orb that is of light and rings begins to usher you forward through the doors and into a very large hall where a massive platform of 5 chairs stand before you. You see Hugh Moriel waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while. And when I mean a while, I mean only a couple of hours, but for me, I like to make things go fast.
Understandable, I agree.
Fair enough. Then in that case, I should probably tell you, this is going to be an interesting one. You see, the council are welcoming you to hear you out, on a condition.
Aside from the other 2 they already set.
Well, yes, but this particular condition is going to be a little bit more of a bit of a deal and a bit of an agreement. Anyway, they should be here now. So, don't forget to bow, because they are basically the equivalent of royalty here. As then an individual walks in and goes, "Silence! The courtroom is adjourned. The individuals will stand, and then when upon entering, they will bow before the council." Ah, yes, of course. They then
I
say,
whispered to him, so like, how big of a bow? Like, we're talking like, you know, how much bowing?
I believe we just kneel. I don't think we need to bow too hard.
Good.
As
90 degrees.
Yeah.
90 degrees.
Face on the ground,
Yeah.
do a headspin.
Prostrating yourself before.
You know that jack-o'-lantern pose? That's that's what the bow needs to look like.
I'm just trying to find it now.
The Jack-O pose?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's how deep you need to bow.
Yep.
Spine breaking.
They have an interesting culture here.
They then say, silence! Ooh. Somebody get in a car.
Oops. It's his wife.
I will be right back. I will be silenced.
Fair enough. As
It's the wife and kids.
As everyone then like sort of stands to attention with their swords or their spears, as a first individual walks in, quite an elderly man covered in special robes and a crown fused with strange energy, with a halo above it, and again an infinity symbol at the top of the halo. As he is then introduced as the master of the past, elder and grand vizier of all time, Uzurkriel, the grand cleric. Marching in behind him, the angel of darkness and the seraphim of the void, Mazriel, council member of time, the current of the present, wielder of all things, knowledger of Tempus, Seremph, angel of death and destruction, wielder of weaponry and destroyer of many, Azrael, wisest and wielder of the commandments, Gabriel, wielder of Helios blade. All may stand. All must kneel. Court is adjourned. As they say, all must stand. You then see Humoriel sort of stand to attention and salute, and then as soon as they say all must kneel, he then kneels down in front of them. This is when you're ushered to do so as well, and then when he says court is adjourned, everyone is allowed to just basically go back to casual seating, as all of the 5 council members sit down at their seats. Uzurkriel, lord and current high wielder of this entire court, will speak his first opening statements. So, Sonny, let's get this over with. Your name is Nake. You come from another universe, claiming to be a multiversal traveler. You have stated that you are in current holding of an Animite tale. Bold claims, these are, and you want to help us with you tracking down a certain Ascodian girl, and also want us to help you revive a current undead member of your party. Is this correct?
Indeed.
The Animite tale. Perhaps you should show it to us first, so that we know that we are not being lied to.
I can actually do you one better, as I will pull out not only the book, but the orb.
They'll look around at each other. You do so, opening it and pulling out the book and the orb. The orb then just sort of goes, "Ah, hello, Master."
Yo, it's been a while.
This is indeed impressive. An orb to go with the book. Can it read such symbols?
That's how I've been reading it, so yeah.
Correct. I am able to translate the matrices of any particular life form, so long as they have the ability to read. It talks. I am Gamma Beta. And it has a resignation. Well, a designation. Wait a minute. Ah, right. And you want us to know of this particular thing because that you state that you want these two particular ore. I'm afraid that we were going to ask you for something. But, in light of this new piece of information, the deal will be as such. You will be giving us those two individual items for the sake of those two particular commands that you have requested of us. We will allow you to find someone that will give you the rights to be revived upon a resurrective power once. If that happens again, we will not be able to help you. And we shall help you find some kind of device or even an individual who might be able to track down your lost victim, hunter, whatever it is.
Sure. I should probably let you know. This tome is basically holds knowledge of all the essential geographic locations within this universe.
A bunch of them look around and talk to each other. Remph then says, "Perhaps I may step in and ask a few questions, Sir Ezekiel. Go ahead. You claim that this is to be the tome of the universe, one that actually gives us incredible amounts of knowledge, geographically and astronomically, correct?
Yep.
Then in that case, that your knowledge is perhaps even greater than we first originally believed. If that is the case, that would put our sum total up to about 5 tomes. And, with the fact that you bring us an orb, perhaps we might be able to do a few things for you. Why would you give these away for the sake of one man, and also for the sake of killing one individual Huskonian?"
Well, it's a bit more than that. But, to be honest, kind of, probably not the best person to have this book. Not really my type of reading. Also, kind of got access to this orb by fluke, if we're being honest.
Correct.
I just shared memories of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's just the orb is just agreeing with you.
The orb's not kind of sassy.
I mean, to be fair, I've locked it away for like how many hours at this point, so I think it has a right to be.
Currently, over
Sure.
45 hours and 72 seconds.
The orb
Yeah.
never forgets.
Yeah, the orb's kind of developed a personality, so be careful of that.
Currently, math is off by 45.6%.
It's also very specific.
Too specific, sir. If the orb is indeed, as you say, sassy, how do we know that it's actually an accurate creature? How do we even know if it's of any particular relevance, or even if it's even giving you that kind of information? It could be falsifying it. How dare you? It then floats over, all the way up, and gets right in the face of this Sir Remph. "I would like you to know that I am 100% accurate. As a matter of fact, the particular individual thing that I was immediately explaining was that of satire. I have learnt it from Inake, within his pocket dimension, and alongside his companions. Especially...
Also, I saw his creation, so I'm pretty sure that he's the real deal.
100% real. The Yonko is specifically designed me for 100% accuracy, and, of course, no falsehoods. The particular things that I was using was, of course, jokes, as you would call them. I have learned these through multiple watches of all the different kinds of videos that were accessible within the pocket dimension. Thanks to the individual, though.
Yeah, sure, yeah, anyway.
Who gave the orb access to YouTube?
Yes, I have a bunch of movies in my pocket dimension. Not important to this subject. I mean, we can prove his accuracy if you want a demonstration of the book.
I believe that I will completely disregard the joke and believe you. I don't have a reason not to. After all, it is still an ongoing artifact, so, nevertheless, we do have people who can read the books, so we can already clarify this. Besides, most of the council members can already feel the power emanating from it, so we do believe you.
Cool.
This will be the trade-off, but I would at least say, why is it that you want to be trading these items for just two trivial individuals?
Oh, shots fired, Fletcher.
No, I did. I didn't mean any insult intended. But no offense. But you have to see it from our point of view. The Animite Tales are of great levels of power, and they cannot be simply based on the level of one life comparative to the entire lives that settle within the planet, or even potentially within the universe. You then just hear, like, Azrael just chopper. Alright, youngster, I think we heard enough from you. Look, let's just think of it this way. It's got more power in it than anything else in this entire world. It has knowledge beyond the universe, and you say one person is equal to that of a book. Why?
I don't know if I'd say they're equal to the book, but to be honest, like I said, to me, I'm probably like the least useful person to have this book, considering I don't really know how long I'm going to be in your universe, to be honest. So me knowing literally everything about your universe is like geologically of all things. I have to be honest, I kind of don't care. No offense, all, but yeah. So to be honest, these are cool and all, but like I'm really not the person to have them. So I don't see why not.
You at least show some level of wisdom. Very well. Then we shall give you a full access to our location. You can come and go here as you please, and if you need anything from us, you are welcome to do so. Zachriel just chimes up, excuse me, and you're the one who's making the deal now, are you? I meant no falsehoods or impoliteness, sir, but you and I both know that the weight of those books, and even an historical artifact such as this, we cannot pass it up for just simple triviacies. We will give them what they need so that they can continue on with their mission, and I shall even escort them to the individual that we believe that might have the particular resurrective ability. Does that seem fair? Fine. Do you accept the terms of these conditions then, boy?
Sure. Or you find going to more useful people?
If they know more about my people, and they have done quite a good job at keeping and maintaining the holy city, then in that case I have no other choice. Fine.
Huh?
Then it's settled. The orb and the book will be traded in case of for the life of this particular individual, a particular device or individual who might be able to help you hunt down the woman, and of course we will give you any other particular kindnesses as if you were a citizen of this here state. Court adjourned, as he then slams down his, like, gavel, and then you just then hear, like, the two others that didn't get to speak, Masriel and Gabriel, just stand up. Masriel going, "That's bullshit. I really wanted to actually see someone, I don't know, get executed or something." And Gabriel's just like, now, don't get too excited. Besides,
to be fair, that was my original plan to meet you, but no one else liked it, so...
You should have done that. Would have been more interesting.
True, I agree.
They all eventually leave. Remph comes down to speak with you. Then in that case, I believe that we have an agreement. I will take you to the individual that perspires within this particular location, that transpires these particular abilities, and then we shall be on our way.
Cool.
And that is where we shall end this session.
Sweet!
So,
Good session.
We have now quite a few things lining up quite nicely. Hopefully, Fletcher being able to be revived next session, and hopefully figuring out exactly what was Aldous' visions. Stay tuned for next time. Like, subscribe, and of course, check out the Animite Tales tabletop RPG that we are currently developing. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, have a wonderful night.
Bye.